very core of our mission as educators in higher education. So, the topic of today's session is empowering educators, strengthening resilience, building sustainability. This, as all of you know, is a very relevant topic in this era when we are facing and seeing huge changes in higher education. Higher education is the foundation upon which societies build their futures. Um, Universities and colleges are not only centers of knowledge, but also drivers of innovation, critical thinking, and societal progress. And at the heart of this powerful system are the educators, all of us, the professors, the lecturers, the teachers, the mentors, and the researchers who shape the leaders of tomorrow. Today, as we reflect on our role in higher education, it is clear that we face numerous challenges. For example, rapid technological advancements, shifting societal expectations, budget constraints, and the global demands of sustainability are transforming educational landscape. These challenges compel us to rethink our strategies, strengthen our resilience, and ensure the long-term sustainability of both our institutional and institutions and our role as educators. Resilience in higher education is more important than ever. As professors, we have adapted the time and time again, whether it's shifting to online learning during the pandemic, or managing diverse classrooms, or navigating new technological teaching methodologies. But resilience is not just about reacting to difficulties. It's also about cultivating the mindset of growth, continuously learning and adapting in a world of constant change. To truly strengthen the resilience in higher education, we must empower and empower our educators through ongoing support. This includes providing access to cutting-edge training, collaborative opportunities with peers, and mental well-being programs. When educators are resilient, they can better handle the pressure of academic life and inspire resilience in their studies. They can also continue to innovate in research and teaching, driving progress in society. But resilience alone is not enough. Sustainability is the key to future of higher education. To build a sustainable education system, we must rethink how we teach and how we prepare students for complex, interconnected world they will face. This involves developing curriculum that addresses the critical issues of our times, such as climate change, social justice, and the global economy. It means incorporating sustainability into every aspect of teaching and research, encouraging interdisciplinary thinking, and fostering global citizenship among students. Equally important is sustainability of our own profession. On this International Teachers' Day, I would like to remind you that a sustainable academic environment is one where educators are valued and where workloads are manageable, and where there is ample support for research, innovation, and teaching excellence. We need institutional policies that prioritize educators' well-being and career growth, and allowing us to thrive in a system that recognizes profound impact we have on society. To conclude, empowering educators requires investment in technology, in research, and most importantly, in professional development of teachers. By equipping educators with the resources and tools that they need to succeed, we ensure the continued excellence of higher education. When educators are empowered, they become not just transmitters of knowledge, but true change agents who inspire the next generation to think critically and act accountably. So I'm extremely happy to be part of this International Teachers' Day celebration, which is being organized by multiple agencies. It's my pleasure to welcome the chief guest of today, Professor A. Alayande, who is the Vice Chancellor of Emmanuel Alayande University of Education of Nigeria, Professor Ameru, who is a pioneer dean of Faculty of Vocational Innovation and Enhancing Engineering Education, University of Education, Nigeria, Dr. Abu Bakr Muhammad, who is Principal Lecturer, Department of Metawork Technology, Federal College of Education, Nigeria, Dr. Pushpanjali Singh, Assistant Professor, School of Management, Lucknow, Dr. Sri Ramalu, who is Assistant Professor, Sociology, School of Law, Nasrimuddin Institute of Management Studies, Hyderabad campus, Telangana, and the coordinator of the session, Ms. Harsha Sharma, and the session coordinators, Dr. Preeti and Dr. Chedana Gupta. I also welcome all the participants from different part of the world who have joined in this international seminar being organized by ICERT, then Emmanuel Alayande University of Nigeria, and other participating organizations. Welcome to you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful and insightful welcoming address. You have perfectly captured the essence of what today is all about, recognizing the incredible resilience and adaptability of our teachers. You have explained how teachers are shaping the future by empowering young minds to thrive in both good times and bad. Thank you for setting the tone of today's celebration and for acknowledging the extraordinary efforts of our educators. Now, I am privileged to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Professor Honoré Vaju Olania, the current Vice Chancellor of Emmanuel Alayande University of Education, Oyo, Nigeria. Professor Oliana brings with him a wealth of knowledge and experience accumulated over a remarkable career spanning 28 years in research, consulting, and teaching. A respected professor of economics at the University of Ibadan, he specializes in microeconomics and development economics. His influences stretches across academics and policy circles, having worked extensively on social and economy policy development in various developing countries, collaborating with senior technocrats and officials. In recognition of his outstanding contribution, Professor Olyan was named one of Nigeria's 100 most influential civil society leaders in 2021, an honor bestowed by the Nigeria Network of NGOs. With 174 publications to his name, he continued to inspire academia and civil society, fostering the next generation of leaders dedicated to challenging the status quo. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome you, sir. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you very much. And thanks for the very kind and warm introduction. It's a pleasure to be here. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world that you are. I'm extremely delighted for the honor that is bestowed on me as a chief guest to address these esteemed participants. And I appreciate the organizing committee for this rare privilege. You don't get it often. So I really appreciate this. Today, we are all gathered to celebrate a profession that shapes the very fabric of our society, a profession that inspires, motivates, and empowers, a profession that is the backbone of our education system. Today, we celebrate our teachers. It is a World Teachers Day. And I've always told people that instead of referring to me as Mr., I will always want to be referred to as Teacher Olaniyan. Maybe it's time that we start putting our appendage as teachers. And to all those teachers who are in this forum, we are celebrating our first because I'm also a professional teacher. To all the teachers over the world, I say thank you. Thank you for what we know. Thank you for what we will know. And thank you for the tireless efforts, your unwavering dedication, and your unrelenting passion for teaching. You are the guardian of our knowledge, the spark that ignites curiosity, and the mentors who guide us on our journey of discovery. No wonder when in primary and secondary school, teachers are regarded as local imperances because we are also parents. As we celebrate World Teachers Day today, we recognize the immense impact that our teachers have on all other professions. We are the one who help them to grow. We challenge others to think critically, and we also encourage them to reach for their dreams. Teachers always influence, eh, teachers' influence always extends far beyond the classroom, shaping the minds and hearts of future generations. And the future that we are going to have is dependent on the teachers that we have today. The organizers of this international seminar, in commemoration of the 2024 World Teachers Day, are very, very appreciated for believing in the theme for this year, which is empowering educators, strengthening resilience, and building sustainability. Such, my address is titled Empowering Educators for Resilience and Sustainability in the 21st Century. And to start with, I want to provide an overview of what this year's theme means to us. Education and educators. Education plays a pivotal role in fostering a sustainable future for empowering individuals to make informed decisions and take responsible actions. Nelson Mandela once defined education as the most powerful weapon that is used to change the world. This implies that with education, survival of man is made possible in a dynamic environment. This undermines importance of development of human capital for desirable developments. In a paper that myself and Professor Alayande wrote sometime in 2009, we attested to this fact when we stressed that the development of any country in the 21st century will be determined by the level and growth of its human capital, which education is the main component. Thus, education is key investment in any country, with enormous social and economic benefits accruing from it. Education is the cornerstone of our society, and the role of educators is central to this. This aligns with Rulam and Note 2022 that teachers is seen as the most responsible for the success or failure of education. This emphasizes significant roles of teachers. And thus, Antonio 2023 in his study stressed that teachers are instrumental to shaping the future and building up the society. In today's rapidly changing world, the teaching profession is facing an array of challenges that makes it harder for educators to strive. These challenges including rising expectation, the increasing complexity of classroom management, technological disruption, environmental challenges, and emotional toll of maintaining work-life balance. As educational demand increases, the well-being and resilience of educators have become central concerns. Moreover, the sustainability of education, both in terms of environmental responsibility and systemic endurance, has come under the spotlights. There are even people who argue today that will teachers be necessary in the future, given the advent of technology, advent of AI, and the way we are moving digital. But I still tell people that teachers will always be necessary. Even AI will need teachers. Besides, the 21st century is marked with pressing environmental challenges that require not only scientific solutions, but also a shift in societal values and behaviors. Educators are first key in instilling these values in the next generation. However, to effectively teach sustainability, teachers themselves must be equipped with the tools and knowledge to integrate sustainable practices into their curriculum. This underscores the importance of educators' empowerment to be more resilient and for sustainability. The quality of education is influenced, among others, by teachers' empowerment and quality of teachers. The growing population of the world will continue to require continuous demand for quality teachers. Meanwhile, quality teachers or educators is a function of empowerment. Teachers' empowerment provides opportunity for teachers to participate in the process of implementing education in schools to support school progress. Empowerment makes teachers able to engage, hear, and influence, which ultimately has a positive impact on their lives. Teachers' empowerment is very important and necessary. Educators' empowerment is equipping teachers with the right to participate in the determination of school goals and policies and to exercise professional judgment about what and how to teach, including when and where to make this teaching. In this view, being an empowered teacher means having access to information and materials and being free to use these resources in a way that meets learners' needs and targets. Empowerment empowerment, empowered teachers or educators are given uh, are given the encouragement and support necessary to take risks and engage in a continuous professional development. Therefore, teacher empowerment is a strategic step to improve the quality of education and school progress. Improving the quality of education that contributes to the progress of school also starts from improving the quality of teachers and teacher empowerment. Teachers must pass on the torch of education, which is sustainability mindset. Sustainability means meeting our own needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainability is about the present and the future. Teachers and educators must therefore ensure that we have a world of development, both now and in the future. Our Emmanuel Alayande University of Education, is a university of education, and that's what we do. Making sure that education provides the needed impetus for the development of mind, body, and society. If things don't go the way we have planned, we must be focused and resilient. And as such, building resilience in educators is essential for maintaining their well-being and effectiveness. Here are some key strategies that we have identified to foster resilience among educators. Professional development and continuous learning through workshops, work-life balance through flexible scheduling, encouragement, personal time for relaxation, and self-care activities. Building strong supports, networks through peer collaboration, and access to counseling services. Emotional regulation and self-care through stress relief techniques. Through setting clear goals and clear communications. Enjoyment of commensurate autonomy through involvement of educators in decisions that affect them. Creating enabling working environment through recognition and commensurate. Embracing technology through application of technology-enhanced learning tools in teaching and administrative tasks. Administrative support through provision of resources needed by educators to succeed in the discharge of their daily tasks. Encouraging student-centered learning approach by allowing students to take active roles in their learning process. In fact, teachers are becoming more like facilitators. As I conclude, I want to say that in a rapidly changing world, the role of educators have never been more crucial. As the pressure of climate change, societal shift, technological advances, population changes continue to transform the global landscape, the need for resilience and sustainability becomes even more pressing. Empowering educators is at the heart of addressing these issues, as they serve as a bridge between today's realities and tomorrow's possibilities. Empowering educators for resilience and sustainability is not just an educational imperative, it is a societal one. It is also a developmental one. By investing in teachers, we are investing in a resilient and sustainable future, where education becomes a force for positive global change. Through their leadership, educators have the power to inspire generations of students to act with foresight, compassion, and responsibility, ensuring a more resilient and sustainable world for all. The future that is before us is a future that will be shaped by the behavior action and inactions of teachers. And as teachers and educators, I believe that we should all plan for that future in a way that ensures sustainability and resilience. It is on that note that I want to wish us all fruitful deliberations in subsequent sessions. I thank you all and happy celebrations to us all.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir, for such an insightful and thought-provoking words, which has left an indelible mark on all of us present here today. Your insights have truly resonated with us, especially as we celebrate the profound role of the teachers play in shaping not just the individual future but the future of our society as a whole. Today, we want to thank you once again for being with us on this special occasion and for your continued support and encouragement for the teaching community. Over to Chaco, sir. Chaco, sir. Okay. And next distinguished keynote speaker is Professor Ayotola Aremu, who is a professor of education technology at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, where she has been a beacon of excellence in teaching and research for over two decades. With her extensive research in innovative teaching strategies, tools, and technologies such as digital stories and educational games, Professor Ademu has made a significant impact on education at all levels with a special focus on mathematics education at the foundational level. Her efforts have led the development of digital learning modules and video packages that are transforming the learning experiences for students. Her work has extended beyond Nigeria to other parts of Africa and the world through initiatives like Pedagogical Leadership in Africa (PEDAL) project and her contribution during COVID-19 lockdown as the program coordinator for emerging remote teaching at the University of Ibadan. Her dedication to education is paddled by her creative persuasion of writing Christian fiction for children, which she plans to transform into an animated series. Thank you so much. The virtual stage is yours, ma'am. Professor Iotola, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And I want to apologize in advance if I pronounce any of the words, any if your names or the association's name wrongly. My apology in advance.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Um, I'm actually using two devices, so I want to mute one.
Yes, ma'am. It's echoing right now.
Okay, is it better now?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want to appreciate everybody. I would want to share my screen. Would that be possible? Can you enable me to share the screen?
Have you sent it to the technical team?
Oh,
No?
I sent it to our own technical team, but
If any of if anyone can help, ma'am. Yes, she can share. Yes, you can, ma'am.
okay. I think what I will do now is exit from one device so that I can concentrate on another one. So just give me 1 minute.
No problem, ma'am. No problem.
I think, okay, it has been done now. Okay. Can everybody hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So I want to appreciate everybody who has been part of this presentation and the planners. I appreciate the chief host as he gave his welcome message. It was, he was able to tie within how many minutes he was able to tie together all that we are talking about. Can you see my screen? Wow. Can you see my screen? I hope somebody is listening.
Yes, ma'am. It's completely visible.
Yeah, ma'am, it's visible.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. So I'm saying that I appreciate the initial message that we have received from Professor Chaco Jose and the one from my principal, the Professor Olanrewaju Olanino. It has actually set the pace for what I'm going to talk about. I want to wish everybody happy Teachers' Day as we celebrate today. And I'm just going to be talking briefly about sustainability, teachers as champions. Sustainability teachers as champions. The past two speakers, they have alluded to this fact, but let's move on. So what I'm going to be talking about is just these two issues. We're going to be looking at celebrating the teacher and then empowering the teacher. And like I've said, some of these things have been mentioned. But as we go on, as we start, I want to just remind us a little bit about what we're looking at when we're talking about a sustainable future, which everybody is desirous to have. So the sustainable future means a future where people and the earth live together in harmony. And three main things: we are protecting the environment and the natural resources, ensuring economic growth and fairness, and creating peaceful and just societies. And the teachers are at the center of this all, as we would see. Okay, we're starting from the indigenous, the olden days education. And what were the teachers doing then? Knowledge transmission. And if we look at what they did with knowledge transmission, passing down practical knowledge about farming, hunting, herbal medicine, and all the rest, and ensuring communities could sustain themselves and use their natural resources responsibly. They were doing that at that time. And that aligns with our SDG goals, such as no poverty, zero hunger, life on learn. As we go on, I hope participants can put something in the chat box. Can they write something in the chat box, please? Is it possible? Is that possible? Chairperson?
Can you please repeat, ma'am?
Okay, is it possible for participants to write in the chat box or
I
to
think so.
react?
Yes, completely. You can send
Okay, so I want the participants to please put something, any of the SDG goals that you can remember quickly in the chat box as we go on. Any of the SDG goals, that you remember. If you number 1 to 17, which of the ones do you remember? We are talking about sustainability, resilience, and educators. Okay, I see SDG 1, no poverty, 0 hunger, climate action, number 13. Thank you very much. Well-being, yes, I'm expecting more. I want this, you to also be part of this. Somebody says I'm concerned about SDG 4. Qualitative and inclusive education, 0 hunger. We always remember 0 hunger, 0 poverty. Gender equality, quality education, sustainable environment, life on land. Yes, gender equality. And there's still so many more that we haven't mentioned. Okay, education for all. Yeah, clean water and sanitation, peaceful environment, and so on. Thank you. I just did that to be sure that you are following me. Thank you so much. So at the center of it all is the teacher. And I was saying that in the olden days, they were there. They were the key people, and they were what we're now talking about as SDG goals. They were in one way or the other trying to bring it to pass. In craftsmanship and skill development, they taught skills from generations to generations, allowed individuals to generate income and contribute to the economic sustainability of the communities. They frowned at lazy people. They frowned at, people not just sitting there doing anything. And all this aligns with various of those goals. I identified here this SDG 1, 2, and 15. And talking about cultural preservation, through oral tradition, proverbs, storytelling, cultural values, and knowledge maintained about living harmoniously with nature, living harmoniously with one another, justice, equity, and all. They were passing this down from generation to generation. And this aligns with SDG 4. And another one that I remembered is about they were not just concerned with intellectual development, but with character and moral education, emphasizing the community well-being. And this supports our SDG 11 and Peace and Justice SDG 16. So with that, I would want us, because we all teachers are here, this is a good time to celebrate teachers from generation to generation. We're talking about sustainability. If they have not been at the center of sustainability, we'll not be talking about what we have now. So I have this audio. I hope I hope the teachers are dancing wherever they are. I hope you. We are the champions. Please, I want you to dance a bit wherever you are. Stand up for the champions. We are the champions. Can you hear the music? Can we hear the music? Okay, yes, we can. And I hope you all danced to it. We're standing up for the champions. We are saying, yes, we are the champions. We've been doing it and we'll continue to do it. And another thing I want you to do now is to use the emojis that we have. Just go to reactions and click an emoji to say thank you to any of your teachers. I want us to do that now. Yeah, I can see some emojis. Okay. Thank you to our teachers. Thank you. I want you to put up an emoji to say, "Oh, I love you, teachers." Let's celebrate ourselves. Today is the day of our celebration before we go on to other things. Yes, I can see different emojis, hands clapping. Yeah, thanks, my teacher. Love to my teacher. Thank you so much for following me. So we can continue to do that as I continue this. So now we've said that we are at the center. We have been doing this, but then we need to go further as a 21st century teacher who is at the center of it all. Why do we matter? You know, we've talked about, Professor Lani has mentioned, you know, sustaining education itself. Professor Jose has talked about resilience as a key to sustainability in education and so on. So we know that there is no controversy about whether it matters or what teachers matter or whatever. But just to remind ourselves, why do teachers matter? Influence, because they shape young minds and influence future leaders. And curriculum, educators can reintegrate this sustainability into existing curriculum. Then role modeling, teachers demonstrate sustainable behaviors and values. And then community engagement, educators connect with local communities to promote sustainability. So what are the competencies that this 21st century teacher who would be at the center of it all should have? What are the key competencies? And I just listed a few here: climate literacy, environmental awareness, social justice and equity, critical thinking and problem solving, global citizenship. Yes, we've been doing it. We need to continue to do this. These are key skills that we need now as educators. And especially in the university, I'm spending my leave time at the Emmanuel Alayande University of Education, and it is on that basis that I'm in this program today. So we are a University of Education, and as teacher trainers, anybody that is a teacher trainer who wants to be a 21st century teacher at the center of it all, the center of ensuring sustainable environment, must have all these skills. We must begin to develop them and acquire them. So what are some of the integration models that we should be looking at as teachers? We have the infusion model, which incorporates sustainability concepts into existing subjects. You have science, you have English language, you have civics education. You incorporate them into these concepts. And then interdisciplinary model, you combine multiple subjects. You can combine physics, chemistry, and also physical sciences, and then use them to address sustainability issues. You can look at fine arts, media arts, and media literacy, combine, together and do an interdisciplinary model. Then we have project-based learning model, where students-led projects that focus on sustainability challenges are developed by teachers, and developed by teachers with the students, with the community, and with everybody that could help to bring some changes in the environment. And all these are being used consistently, but we need to continue to use it. Then we also have the thematic model, where we organize curriculum around sustainability themes. Like we look at climate change, then we organize curriculum, different age-related projects, different age-related content, and all that, to be able to do that. So if we're going to be a teacher that will actually be influential to ensure that there is sustainability, we need to understand these key things. We need to acquire competencies. We need the knowledge about these concepts. We need to acquire the skills to use these integration models. So we're saying that, I'm reiterating what my previous speakers have said. We need to empower teachers, and when we empower teachers, we empower sustainability. What are some of the things that we would be doing if we're talking about empowering teachers so that we can empower sustainability. We're talking about providing training and resources. All those competencies come by training also, and resources must be available. Then support community engagement, foster interdisciplinary collaboration, recognize and reward sustainability efforts, and inspire love for nature and social justice. Those are some of the things that I think that we need to work on if we're talking about empowering teachers, especially as whether government or non-government organizations, or whether we have colleges or schools or faculties of education, universities of education. These are some of the things that we need to inculcate into our those who are already teaching and those who are being prepared to teach. So as I come to a conclusion, I'm saying that teachers need training and encouragement to ensure sustainability issues are integrated into the curriculum and they continue to champion the goals. We need the training is key. The encouragement is key. Those are two things that I have identified as I conclude. And I say, why don't we start now? Why don't we leverage on this collaboration that we're having with different agencies and the Emmanuel Alayande University? Why not start now with our pre-service teachers? Why not start now with a collaborative course on integrating sustainability in the curriculum in the context of our nations? I think these are actionable things that we can do. And why not start now with the use of ICT? Already, we are using ICT to ensure that this seminar, this webinar is implemented. We can also come up with courses on integrating sustainability into the curriculum for our pre-service teachers, and it will be ICT driven. Why don't we start now with rewards for effort and excellence? Not only excellence, but effort, because most of the time we're rewarding excellence. This person has done this, but there are so many efforts that are being put together that maybe does not yield as what we expect. But if we begin to start this now, I think it's going to be a good way to ensure that all that we're doing here would have some form of implementation. So as I say thank you, I want again to say that we should celebrate the teacher who has been doing a lot of things informally or through the years. And the key is to empower the teacher for the next few years and to also pronounce that teachers are the champions. Happy Teachers' Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your interactive session on the role of 21st century teachers in achieving sustainable development goal was both inspiring and timely. You have highlighted how educators today are not just imparting knowledge, but they are key driver in building a more sustainable and equitable future for all. You also rang an important alarm bell, reminded us that developing ICT, information and communication technology skills, is no longer optional but a necessary for both educator and student alike. If we are if we are to build a sustainable and resilient future, the time is to start now. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now it's my honor to now it's my honor to introduce our next esteemed keynote speaker for today, Dr. Srimulu Gosingonta, a distinguished academic and researcher with an impressive career in sociology. Dr. Sriramulu holds multiple advanced degrees, including an MA, MEd, MPhil, PhD in sociology. Currently serves as an assistant professor of sociology at the prestigious School of Law, Narsi Monji Institute of Management Studies, deemed a university in Telangana, India. With his expertise spanning a wide array of fields such as sociology of education, Indian society, sociology of law, rural and urban sociology, political sociology, and sociology of social media. Dr. Sri Ramulu brings a truly interdisciplinary approach to his teaching and research. His contributions in rural development, teacher education, value education, and his adept use of quality research method makes him a dynamic force in academia. Without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Sri Ramulu Gochingonda to enlighten us with his keynote address.
Thank you. Thank you, Harsha, for your introductory remarks. First of all, I would like to thank all my teachers who taught me at different levels ranging from pre-primary, that is nothing but we call in Telugu Shishu, pre-primary to PhD level. Then I wish all the I wish you all a World Teachers Day, happy World Teachers Day. Besides, I extend my sincere gratitude towards Sandeep, Dr. Sandeep sir, as well as ICERT organizing committee and the organizers of this event, and also for giving me this great opportunity. So without delay, I will try to share my screen. This is So this is my title, The Art of Teaching and Indo-Global Perspective. I would like to combine both global perspective as well as Indian perspective, how we can teach my details. So we know the renowned scholar from India who got a Nobel Prize during long back, during I think 100 years ago. So he said education is not simply the information that we are giving, but we have to make the person to be live with harmony with other people as well as for his own existence.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry to disturb you. Have you shared your screen?
Yes.
It's not visible right now.
Oh, not visible.
You have to share it.
Yes, I shared. 1 minute, 1 minute.
No, ma'am, it's visible.
Oh, it's
Visible? Yeah.
We can see.
Thank you. Maybe from your side. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. Small difficulties will be there in the ICT, as you know. Though we are connecting each other across the continents, some small difficulties. So education is, again, I'm saying it is not the filling of the information as we common man can think like that, but it is more than that. It is nothing but lighting a fire, right? Then, so you can listen to this, watch this video.
no audible. It's not audible.
Not audible. Only video is playing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So again, given by Martin Luther King Jr. So the function of education is like one, we have to make the one to think critically, as well as adding the character building to the intelligence. That is the true goal of the education. Then, as mentioned by Paulo Freire, the famous critical pedagogist, so as per him, general education does not change the world, but the education can change the people, and the people are going to be change the world. So this is the connection. What is the role of education with the development? So education is there to develop the people. Then the people has to convert the world into as per their wishes, whatever we already discussed earlier. And teachers are the main agents of socialization, including educating the people. So teachers can change the world, and a good teacher can change anything and everything in the world. So as per Indian situation, famous Guru Sri Aravind Guru, as per his things, as per his view, there are three instruments of the Guru. Those are teaching, example, and influence. These are the main key ingredients of the teacher. The main characteristics of these three are very, very important. And even as per the Taittiriya Upanishad, the teacher is the first letter and the student is the last letter. And the knowledge is a meeting place. The knowledge, for the sake of knowledge, these two people are going to be met, and the instruction is the link. How they are linking each other is instruction. So this has given long back in the scriptures of Indian epics like that. And as per Indian education system, most of the people know it very well. So India is the land of great gurus during its ancient period. And as per Indian culture, guru is treated as equal to God. So people can treat guru as a god. And because of this reason, in Indian situation or Indian culture, many people give a lot of respect to the teacher. And even ancient Indian literary works by Banabhatta, he wrote a book called as Kadambari. So in that Kadambari, he mentioned about around 64 kalas that should be imparted to the people as part of the education. And nowadays, we have neglected all these 63 kalas and we are focusing on only one kala, that is only knowledge. Yeah, that is the pathetic situation of the nowadays. However, come to the modern days, given by 4 pillars given by Jacques Delors. So he mentioned about 4 key pillars in the education system, that is learning to know, as most of the people know, and learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to be. So our whatever the philosophy of our Indians, our country's philosophy may be, but we should be in line with these international standards, international guidelines. So, however, teaching at different levels, maybe school level or college level or university level, maybe require different skills. But however, if you see the subject expertise, pedagogical skills, or some passion towards the teaching, or guiding, or interacting with the students, or the determination for preparation of the next generation people will be same across any level. The teachers should have these other common points in any teacher. And the people who are teaching at different levels, maybe teachers or maybe lecturers or maybe professors. So these are the backbone of the education system, and that's why these people will have to impact. They have to inspire the students with their learning by providing proper learning experiences. And as per my this talk, I have divided 2 types of qualities which are essential, which are required for the teachers, the lecturers or professors. So the broadly 2 qualities are there. One is essential qualities, second one is desirable qualities. So the essential qualities are, so these are the essential qualities, like many of the people you know very well: lifelong learning, patience, punctuality, in-depth knowledge, engaging capability, clear communication, intelligent, then consistency, creativity, friendly behavior, kind and caring, good listener, disciplined, skillful. Right? So all these are there. And now I can say that some of multiple roles are also there. Positive thinking and reading, writing, all these are. The last one may be good writing, good handwriting skills may not be applicable nowadays because most of the people are using soft copies or digital boards. But maybe applicable, may not be. Depends on the country situation, depends on the school situation, condition, right? Then, so this is another video. If you are able to just visible as well as audio is clear, just inform. Otherwise, I will skip all the next videos for next time.
Sir, it's not audible.
Not audible. Okay, I will. Okay. Thank you. So then what are the other qualities, the desirable qualities? Essential qualities are covered already. So what are the desirable qualities? So we can appreciate the diversity of India. I'm talking from Indian perspective. The people who are from other countries, they have to appreciate the diversity of their own country. So what are those? So understand what is the history, what is the current situation, what will be the future of your country. Please understand that. Try to predict that. And be proud to be as a modern architecture that you have given a chance. You are the true architecture which are going to be influence the minds of the people as well as shaping the future of your country. And you can also admire the diversity of your country. Diversity is not at all a weakness; it is a strength. Diversity is why the USA is powerful, number one country in the world because of its diversity. Please understand. Right? Then respect the beauty and greatness of Indian heritage, and also avoid showing any kind of the discrimination against students based on their caste or class, region, religion, gender, place of birth, like that. Right? So treat all your kids, students as your own kids. Then promote secularism. Please keep your religion aside when you are in the classroom. Don't try to influence them with your religion, because now we are living in the globalization world. If people are restricted with that kind of only one religion, the students will be very hesitant to work with other people. So please keep understand why the teacher should be very secular. Then humanity is the first, as you know very well. All religions across the world, all the religions they are preaching on humanity, brotherhood, honesty, values, and peace. That's why, as we are the teachers, we have to respect each religion. So if the teacher is not respecting religion, we cannot expect the student to respect all the religions. Please understand that one. Then, so Indian Constitution, every country has their own constitution. So respect that constitution. Then only our students will be trying to respect all the constitution. Okay, Article 15, Article 28, Article 29, Article 29(1), Article 30. So reality, equality, equity, liberation. We have to know what does it mean. Then understand student mindset. This is very, very important one, because they are students. They are in a young age. They cannot understand properly. So we are the people. We have to guide them properly. We have to give them proper things. At the same time, we should not share our personal or family or professional information, because nowadays it is a social media age. Students are very smart than us. In any countries, several countries, we are witnessing different problems with the students, especially high school students. So be careful of that one and try to change their mindset. Right? Then, so at the time of examination, don't behave like you are like a police. Try to give them some what can I say? You can give them some proper warnings and try to give them first warning, second warning, then try to behave like police. Right? So they cannot understand because they want to pass the exam. They want to pass the exam and they want to get marks. So understand that dynamics and be aware of the child rights which are given by UNO, Child Rights Convention Act. So whenever you are troubling the student or whenever you're punishing, whenever you have the thoughts to beat them or scold them, please understand this CRC is there where they can go to the court or they can approach any police station to avoid this kind of the punishment. I am not scaring the teachers. I am saying the reality. Please be aware of child rights. We have to see, though we can separate our children, but in the same manner we cannot use for the school level or college level. So understand that small difference, right? Then apart from this, we also have human rights. Please understand the human rights, right? So child rights, children will have both human rights as well as child rights. Then in the working condition, human rights will be applicable. And classroom management. So how you can do the classroom management? Please apply the knowledge that you got in your education at different levels, especially maybe B.Ed, D.Ed, like pre-service teacher, what you have observed it, what you have understood it, what you have practiced from your training, please try to implement it in your classroom and try to connect the daily life situations. Try to read the newspaper and try to apply that news with students. Try to connect with the subject matter curriculum. Beyond the curriculum, you have to teach, not only to strictly to the book. That won't give any meaning to the students. Students will be just, they will go for by heart. So to avoid that, try to connect with the contemporary issues. And remember how your teachers taught you. Please remember who is your favorite teacher, how they taught you, who inspired you, in what way they inspired you. Follow those principles in your classroom so that your classroom will be very, very meaningful. Right then, yeah. So, yes. So, must you have to follow compulsory the Bloom's taxonomy by going for the lesson plans. Remember, understanding, apply, analyze, evaluation, as well as creativity. Right. So, these are the different components within the Bloom's taxonomy, as you are aware. Then innovative teaching practices. So sensitize students on the current problems of Indian society or your own country problems. So because they are the leaders, they are the people who are coming with the new ideas to solve the problems. Right? So organize debates or discussions among students to overcome these problems and motivate students to take up local issues as part of their project method, the new method that is our, and help students to organize extension programs for creating awareness among the masses of different local issues and inculcate moral, social, and constitutional values among the students while you are teaching. And live with purity in thoughts and action and word. Try to reduce the gap between your teaching and your practice. Means whatever, for example, you are saying that we have to practice sustainability. Just now, madam mentioned that sustainability. But if you are using plastic bags every day, it will be meaningless. So try to avoid that gap between your teaching and practice, right? So because students are observing everything, and you are the role model for them, right? So this is the constitution value, one of the constitution value that we have to vote. Then know the world. So aware of what is happening around the world, including India, like current affairs. Read the newspaper daily for some time. Maybe you are very busy, especially women teachers are very busy, but at least try to watch prime time news every day, at least half an hour or 20 minutes. So you can connect your class with this news. Please, that class will be very live. Then keep an eye on social media to know what kind of information or visual content is, because nowadays students are very much addicted, they are learning something from the social media. So that's why know what kind of the reels the people are watching, what is the trending videos nowadays, right? Then observe the advertisements given the print, electronic, and social media, right? And focus on already keynote speaker has stressed on this one. Try to focus on stressing on the 17 UN SDGs so that because they are the people who are going to be the future leaders of the world. So without creating some awareness on these 17 SDGs, no one can help, because they are the future. We will teach for 10 years, 20 years. After that, these are the people. So without education, I think quality education 4 will have a direct impact on all the 17 or the 16 remaining things. Right? For example, life and land is there. Or for example, decent work is there. Quality education is required. So that quality education, you have to focus on all these 17 aspects. Then very, very important nowadays, both male and female are working, and whenever they are working, the problem with cooking is happening. In India, it is happening everywhere, maybe in the third world, across the world, wherever the patriarchal society is happening, it is, people think that it is not a task of male. So please tell them, please teach your students, try to prepare some their favorite dish, small dish, try to organize some exhibitions like what we call food, food fairs at your school. Try to organize some food fair and include both girls and boys together in one group, so the students can understand, especially the boys students can understand what is the essence of the food. Food is medicine. Food is not gender role. Food is medicine. They have to prepare on their own. Nowadays students are going abroad for their higher education, for jobs, so it is a basic life skill. Please teach them. If the teacher is saying something, students are very easily understand. They with whatever the things will be in front of the parents will be easily taken care by the teachers. Students easily understand that and they try to follow the teacher's words, right? Then integrate ICT, whatever how we are connected, it is related with the ICT. I have used some videos, but due to some technical, it is also part of the ICT. Whatever some videos are available on teaching, so that I have used, right? Both for teaching, learning, and evaluation, you have to use ICT. Now different tools are available in the market that the school management has to buy that from the software, right? So implement innovative and creative teaching methods used by different education platforms, and use social media platforms like YouTube, how I have used just now. For showing you, I have used something like that. You show sometime maybe for 10 minutes every day, or maybe every 1 week for complete 1 hour. Try to show the important scientists. If you are teaching science, to show them the hardships faced by Thomas Alva Edison, who invented electricity. So students will get inspired, right? And they will not feel bored because of our class, right? Then make use of already available videos on so many other topics based different platform, NCRT, Swayam or eVidya or EPG Patashala or Swayam, like eMitra, eVidya Mitra, something like that, right? Then have a basic idea about how to detect AI generated content submitted to the students. Nowadays, they're very smart. If you are giving some assignment, they are submitting the assignment with AI generative. And please have some idea how to detect, what are the different techniques that you can identify without going through all the documents. Just by looking at one paragraph, by reading one paragraph, how to detect that. So you have that is important. And familiar with the online evaluation methods, right? Then career guidance, this is one of the important factors. Whatever we lacuna during our school days, teachers don't have the skills to what career we have to choose, like that, right? That we have to overcome nowadays. What job is available in the market, based on the student interest, and have to try to guide them in a proper manner. So this is required. Then communication skills, right? Then multidisciplinary approach, already Madam has covered on this one. So don't highlight only your subject, like mathematics is the only key or science is the only key. All subjects are required. For the human development purpose, all subjects are required, and try to understand what are the reasons for hierarchy of knowledge. Hierarchy of knowledge is connected to the globalization. In the globalization part, whatever the jobs are highly paid, so those jobs are promoted. But the school level, you have to give, it is your responsibility to give full knowledge about Telugu, Hindi, English, science, social, history, everything. Because without having knowledge of all the subjects, we cannot prepare a complete citizen. That is very important one, right? Scientific temper, critical thinking, as well as they have to connect with their own culture. So very difficult task the teacher has to perform, because we have to balancing between culture, their own culture, as well as they have to ready to work with other culture activities, other culture jobs. So it is very difficult task for us, how you are going to be balanced. That is very important one. If they are going to be failed, they will not able to get any job. That's why balancing is very important one, right? Then so very important one. People are sometimes, especially when the people are failing the board examinations, or maybe when they are unable to get proper rank, some of the students are committing suicide. Especially in India, like there is a lot of competition for medical education. When if they are not getting seats, simply they are committing suicide. Or even if there is a kind of the case like ragging, for small issues, students are committing suicide. So it is our responsibility to give them some proper guidance. Though we are not the psychologists, All the teachers are not psychologists, but as part of their B.Ed curriculum or teacher education curriculum, whatever they have learned, try to give them, try to talk with the students always, try to identify who are in despair, right? Yeah. Then, yeah, this is the way. Life skills are very, very important one. So you should be always like a teacher with human face, like how you can see Harsha. Harsha Sharma is having this suitable for this teacher with a human face. So when you are always smiling face and interacting, students are more loud to ask you. If you are showing like something like villain kind of the face, they won't ask. They will. Teacher is something like mother or father or like a parent or a friend. So try to, again, within that limitation, you should know where to be more, show your friendliness, where should be you have to keep them distance. That is very, very important one, right? So all these are social skills of, I can say social skills of teacher or sociology of teaching, right? Yeah. So yes, yeah. So some special attention on the disabled people. Show them some concern on them because they require some special attention from your side, right? And even show some try to help to the economically poor students. They cannot afford sometimes. So try to give some money from yours. Not all 100% of yours. Sometimes 1 month. For example, a student is celebrating his birthday. Try to give him 100 rupees. It is a very small amount as per your wishes, right? So I can remember all my teachers who have helped me during my school days. One of my school correspondent used to give me fee waiver, complete during my 10th class. He gave me 100% fee waiver, and during my 9th class he gave me transportation fee, Srimati Shamala Rao. Then during my B.Ed, the principal has paid money for my records, and another madam gave me some money. So this is the essence where I have learned from my teachers only. So they are your role models, right? Whatever you learn from your teachers, try to implement in your classroom. Small contributions make big difference among the students, right? So even appreciate the fast learners. Again, at the same time, we should also encourage the fast learners, try to give them extra work and try to help them to read beyond the textbooks that is available to their level, right? Yeah. Then yeah, socially, this is also important one. Don't show any kind of the social discrimination based on the social background. This is happening. This is hindering the education system. Right? Keep your religious background or social background aside. Remember that you are the only teacher. You are the person to remove all these kind of the barriers among the students. Right? Yeah. So teaching is a noble profession, as you know very well. Though our amount is very less across the world, what are the salaries that we are getting? I am also a teacher, but when compared to other professions, it is a less amount. I'm not saying less, very less. I'm saying other professions like software industries or some other jobs, very highly paid jobs. It is like average. But whatever the amount you are getting, try to be appreciated because you are your family and you are depending on that amount, whatever that amount it may be. Right? That's why don't defame your job because you have chosen this job because of your love, your passion. So when the love and passion is with you, you will be excel in the job. Now I have seen the PPT presented by my earlier madam Dean, I think. So you can see her passion with emojis. She made like very attractive PPT than me. Though I am younger than madam. Madam is having that passion. I don't have. I have lack of skills in ICT. So that I have to learn from this. From this webinar, I have learned that. So like this, you have to learn everything. Teacher is a like continuous, lifelong learner, lifelong student, right? So remember that this is the only profession where you can prepare other professions. That's why this is the noble profession. This profession doesn't have any link with the corruption. That is another reason why people say it as a noble profession. And that's why in India, teaching is one of the only the noble profession. That's why they treat it as they treat teacher as a god. Okay, so habituate to satisfy with whatever the salary that you are getting. So I am trying to conclude almost here. So you are the teachers. You are not just the teachers because you are the key pillars or the key architecture of the greatest source of the world, that is the children. And these are the important global skills which are required. Multiple people should be known the multiple languages. In India, we are following 3 language system from long back. Apart from that, people, if they are interested, they can learn many languages from the YouTube or Google, whatever it may be. So you try to push your motivate your student to learn different languages. They're able to make new friends from different states or different continents, different countries. Then work with other people is also important. Where I am working in Nursing Institute of Management Studies, we have students from across the country, different states. Where I have studied in University of Hyderabad, Hyderabad Central University, it is something like a mini India, right? So we have that. I got that opportunity, but all people may not be getting that up. So we try to work with by attending these kind of the meetings, right? And understanding the new environment. People should able to understand it, new environments, right? And being able to see multiple viewpoints, not only single way, narrow-minded us, see the problem from multiple perspectives. So these things can be learned by the students by the way how the teacher are going to be implemented in the classroom. Yeah. So the last point is important. AI. AI is one of the we can say supplement for us. We cannot say it is a threat, it is a supplement. How we can use the AI is also important. Your school management or college management or university management has to take care of the proper AI policy, and they have to conduct some orientation for the teachers. You should be equipped with the AI. The COVID-19 era has gone. We have adjusted with COVID-19. Maybe 50% of the people have succeeded well. But beyond that, so what are the COVID taught us? Now it is something advanced than that. AI is also very, very important. So teacher with AI is nowadays very, very important. So you should have to enhance those kind of the skills, right? Yeah. So ultimately, finally, we have to prepare the people where the mind is without fear and where the head is held high, where the knowledge is free. Means if the student have that knowledge, they don't want to work as a slave. They work for their rights. They work for they live with harmony with other friends, and that is the essence of the education. And the final one is education is the most powerful weapon in the world, which you can use to change the world, which is mentioned by Nelson Mandela. That's why there is a great demand from the world, across the world, especially in the third world countries. People are they wanted to educate their children they want to enroll their children in private schools or government schools, but at any cost, the parents want to give better education for their children. So that we want to grab that, we have to grab it that in that way we have to be enhance our skills. So with this,
Sorry to disturb you, sir.
yeah,
Please.
come on, time is over. Thank you. I wish you a happy World Teacher Day to all of you. Thank you for giving me this great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Please consider it as apology because of the time constraint. I have to just.
No, time is over. Sorry. No, that is over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for highlighting the crucial skills and knowledge that teachers need to incorporate to create truly conducive and enriching classroom environment. You have explained the true meaning of a guru. Your emphasis on innovation encourages us all to think outside the box and adopt new strategies that engage and empower our students in meaningful way. We deeply appreciate your encouragement and vision for the future of education. We are truly grateful for your thoughts and inspiring words today. Thank you once again, sir, for sharing the profound perspective. Over to Chaku, sir. Chaku, sir? Is Chaku jo sir is there? Okay, without wasting time, let's have our technical session. We are excited. We are excited to announce that the technical session will commence shortly. I would like to invite Preeti ma'am and Chetna ma'am to coordinate the sessions. Technical session 1 will take place in the main room. All participants are requested to remain here for the session. Technical session will be conducted in Zoom breakout room. Participants assigned to the session must join the breakout room at the designated time. Now you can join according to your sessions. I kindly request technical team to open the breakout room to facilitate the smooth transition. I hope the link is available to you all and join your sessions according to the designated one. I can see some of them have already joined. Dr. Chitra Devi, Kirti Gupta, yes. Try to join as soon as possible. There is no link for session 1 because session 1 will be held in this main room only. You have to stay here.
I would like to reinforce here the breakout option will be available at the top left corner or the very right of your screens in the more option. You can select the technical session 2 from that breakout room option and you will be directed to technical session 2. And for the presenters of technical session 1, you need not to do anything. You will be presenting your paper in this very main session only. Just technical session 2 presenters will select the breakout room option. On the top left or the bottom right, you can find out the option. There is no link. You will find out the option of breakout room and you will be directed to technical session 2.
Thank you, Dilpreet ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ms. Harsha, can we start with the technical session 1?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, thank you. A very good afternoon to everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this technical session, part of our international seminar. I, Dr. Preeti, Assistant Professor of Biotechnology at Lingayas Vidyapeeth, India, honored to be your coordinator for the today's technical session 1. It is truly a privilege to be a part of this seminar that addresses such a vital theme, one that emphasizes the critical role of educators in shaping resilient and sustainable futures, especially in the wake of challenges like the pandemic. This seminar coincides with World Teachers Day, a day for reflecting on and celebrating the immense contribution of the educators worldwide. So now, I would like to introduce our session chair, the distinguished Dr. Abu Bakr Ibrahim Muhammad, Principal Lecturer in the Department of Metalwork Technology at the Federal College of Education Technical, Bichi, Nigeria. Dr. Abu Bakr holds a PhD in Technical and Vocational Education from University Technology Malaysia and MSc in Advanced Materials from Bolton University, UK, and a BTech in Industrial and Technical Education from the Federal University of Technology, Mina, Nigeria. With over 25 years of experience in the education sector, he has made remarkable contributions as an educator and researcher, participating in numerous national and international conferences and publishing extensively in reputable journals. We are very fortunate to have him with us today to lead this session. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Abu Bakr Ibrahim Muhammad to say a few words and encourage our presenters with his wise words. Dr. Abu Bakr, please.
Hello. Good morning,
Hello,
good
sir.
afternoon, good evening. I'm very grateful to be among these distinguished and able scholars in this great day, Teachers' Day, our day. We are proud to be teachers, and I'm grateful to all my teachers, right from the kindergarten up to the university. And I wish us a fruitful presentation in this presentation. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank you once again. Thank you. We are all welcome. Thank you.
Sure, sir. We will have some good presenters here. Thank you, sir.
No.
Now, heading to our technical session. In this session, we will hear from our several talented presenters who will share their research and insights on today's theme. Before we begin,
Okay.
I would like to inform all the presenters that each of you will have 5 minutes to complete your presentations. Please be mindful of the time to ensure we can hear from everyone and engage in the fruitful discussion afterwards. So after the presentation, please mind Dr. Abu Bakr and I'll be selecting 2 best presenters, which will be announced during the concluding remarks. So now, without further ado, I would like to call on the screen Dr. Harsha Narenbhai Danga. Her title is Transforming Learning Spaces, Key Demands for 21st Century Classrooms. Dr. Harsha, please.
Good evening, all of you. Ma'am, can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Sydney.
Hello.
124 la part. Qual è la parte che most?
Hello, good evening, all of you. Today, my presentation topic is transforming learning space, key demands for 21st century classroom. I skipped the abstract because of time duration. First of all, I would to share introduction. The 21st century has ushered in significant changes in nearly every aspect of life. And education is no exception. The modern classroom is evolving rapidly to meet the demands of a world characterized by technological advancement, globalization, and a fast-paced interconnected society. Here's a look at some of the key demands facing a 21st century classroom and how educators can address them. First of all, technological integration. In technological integration, technology as a tool, modern classroom must integrate technology effectively to enhance learning. This includes not only the use of computers and tablets, but also interactive whiteboards, educational software, and online resources. Technology should serve as a tool to enrich the learning experience rather than distract from it. Second one is digital literacy. students need to be proficient in digital literacy, which involves understanding how to use technology effectively and ethically. This includes skills such as online research, digital communication, and understanding cyber security. Second one is personalized learning. In personalized learning, I have mentioned that adapted learning paths with a diverse student body, a one size fits all approach to education is less effective. Personalized learning tailors instructions to individual students' needs, abilities, and interest. This can be achieved through differentiate instructions, adaptive learning technologies, and individualized education plans, IEPs. Second is student agency. Empowering students to take charge of their learning process is crucial. This means giving them choices in both them learn and allowing them to explore subjects they are passionate about. Third one is critical thinking and problem solving. This is the most required thing in nowadays. Beyond memorization, the modern classroom must focus on developing students' critical thinking and problem solving skills rather than just rote memorization. This involves engaging students in activities that require analysis, evaluation, and the application of knowledge in new and some different situations. Collaborative learning. Encouraging teamwork and collaboration helps students learn to work effectively with others, which is a critical skill in the 21st century workforce. Group projects, peer reviews, and collaborative problem solving activities can facilitate this. Fourth one is global awareness. For global awareness, we can improve cultural competency. In an increasingly globalized world, students must develop an understanding of and respect for diverse culture and perspectives. This can be integrated into the curriculum through global studies, multicultural literature, and exchange programs with other states and other countries, other universities, etc. International collaboration. Using technology, we can connect with peers from different countries as today can provide students with first hand experience of global issues and different ways of thinking. This prepares them to work in an international context and understand global challenges. Fifth one I put here, social and emotional learning, SEL. For social and emotional learning, we can approve holistic development. Academic achievement is important, but so is the development of social and emotional skills. ACL programs help students manage their emotions, set goals, show empathy, establish relationships, and make responsible decisions. And maybe we can decrease the cases of suicide as sir say recently. Support systems. Creating a supportive classroom environment where students feel safe and valued is essential for their emotional well-being. This involves addressing issues like bullying, uh, providing mental health resources, and fostering a positive school culture. Sixth one is I put here flexible learning environments. As sir said, student friendly environment. Dynamic spaces. Traditional classroom layouts are being replaced by flexible learning environments that accommodable various teaching and learning styles. This includes adaptable furniture, spaces for group work, and areas for independent studies also. Virtual and augmented reality. This technology can provide immersive learning experience that were previously impossible. For example, virtual field trips so simulations can bring subject to life in ways that textbooks alone can't. Seventh one, continuous professional development. Ongoing learning for educators. It means a teacher is always have to being learner. Teachers must be continually update their skills and knowledge to keep up with the changes in technology, pedagogy, and students' needs. Professional development opportunities. peer collaboration, and staying informed about the latest educational research are vital. Then after innovative teaching practices, educators are encouraged to experiment with new teaching methods and technology in their classroom. This might involve flipped classroom, gamification, uh, or integrating social media into lessons. We have to include the gamification and social media into our classroom for innovative teaching practices, for the improving students' interest in learning process. Now I conclude my paper. The demand of the 21st century classroom reflect border changes in society and technology. To meet these demands, educator must embrace new technologies, personalized learning, focus on critical thinking and problem solving, and foster global awareness and social emotional learning. By adapting to these evolving requirements, schools can prepare students not for just to succeed academically, but to thrive in the increasingly complex and interconnected world. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, UNESCO, UN, and ICRT for giving such an amazing opportunity to present here.
Thank you, Dr. Harsha. Now, I would like to call upon screen Mrs. Abdul Aziz Bolanle Tawakal Tanu. Her topic is accessibility, perceived ease of use, and readiness to adopt artificial intelligence for instructional delivery in schools. Mrs. Abdul Aziz. Can we have Mrs. Abdul Aziz, please? Okay,
Hello,
moving
excuse me.
next. Okay.
Hello, excuse me.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, due to time, I think the presenters, please, when they come, at least they try to summarize. More especially, we need the topic, the objectives, research question or hypothesis if there, then methodology and the findings and recommendation. I think this will save our time because we have many presenters. So if everybody takes a long time, we will not get any time. So I think this will be topic, objectives, research question, hypothesis if any, then findings and recommendations. Thank you.
Okay, sure, sir. As the sir has mentioned, like if you could mention only the topic, objectives, your findings, and the concluding remarks, that would be better to evaluate your presentations. So I think Mrs. Abdul Aziz is not present here. So can we have Dr. Jajbir Singh? His topic is a scientific approach of research in Ayurveda and its importance in the present era. Dr. Jajbir, please. Dr. Jajbir, you are not audible.
Yes. A very good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. Jajbir Singh. I present my topic is scientific research on the Ayurveda and its importance in the present year. And I present my topic that mainly that of the introduction. Research is an essentially and powerful tool in leading mankind toward of the progress, and scientific research leads to the progress in the field of the life. New product, new fact, new concept, and new way of doing thinking are being found due to ever increasing significantly research in the physical, the biological, and the social and psychological field. And that of the definition of the research plus such that Also that search again and again, and research is considered to be a more formal, systemic, intensive process of carrying on the scientific method of the analysis, and it involve a more systemical structure of investigation, usually of the resulting in some sort of the formal record of the procedure and report of result or conclusion. That also by the John W. Best, and various other definitions that also according to the WHO, research is a quest of the knowledge through the diligent search for the investigation or the experimentation aimed at discovery and interrelation of the new fact and new knowledge. And according to the CA Master, and research is a systemic investigation to gain knowledge about the phenomena and problems. And these are the various definitions of the research. And then that of the synonymous of research, that of research as noun, that of the investigation, experimentation, testing, explorations, analysis, fact-finding, examination, scrutiny, and probing. And as a verb, that of investigate, conduct, study, inquire into, probe, explore, analyze, examine, scrutinizing, inspect, review, assess, and read. And according to the Ayurveda, that of the Anveshana, that is described to the search, Gaveshana, that of the literal meaning is the search for missing cows, and also that prevision to search from all the dimension, and Anusandhan, that of the research. That of the Anusandhana means to follow the appropriate knowledge which is perceived and compounding, and that of the Paribhashas, that of the Anusandhan is the study of the cause and the effect relation between the Dravya Guna and Dravya Karma after of the several observation through the verifiable examination to arrive at the final conclusion. And main that of the aim and object of the research in Ayurveda, that of the clear aim that of the research project can be started on a wrong foot, ending into the fruitless and non-conclusive reports. And the major problem faced by the Ayurvedic research worker is the unavailability of the standard protocol for the basic research, and the Ayurvedic literature explain the aim as of the proper knowledge or conclusion. And these are the main aim of the Ayurvedic research, that of to describe to get of the absolute knowledge as well as of the descriptive of the better standard living, and the main aim to find out of the hidden truth and truth which is not been discovered yet. And these are the main objective of the Ayurvedic research, that maintain of health and treatment of the diseases, understand and toward of the phenomena and find out the way of the same, and understand the useful phenomena to find out the method to achieve the continuation and improvement it, and investigation the principle of the Ayurveda and find out the way of the of its practical application to suit its modern lifestyle, and to prove of the Ayurvedic principle from modern point of view. And these are the different objectives to find out the solution of the current problem, like the autoimmune disease, sound, air, water, and pollution. And the scope of Ayurveda in research, mainly that of the scope of research in Ayurveda has expanded mainly three themes: that of the theoretical research, experimental research, and of the clinical research. And the broad scope of the research in Ayurveda, mainly of the clinical research, fundamental research, pharmacology, that of the preclinical safety, toxicity, and biologically activity study, medical plant research, that also include the medical botanical survey, cultivation, and pharmacogenesis, drug standard, and research, and the literary research and documentation. And why the need of the research in Ayurveda in modern era of the science and technology? There is no space for a blind faith in the tradition of the classical text. The faith has been replaced by the skepticism, and only for the truth established by the systemical and unbiased method of the experimentation and analysis is accepted. In short, the fact is supported by the figure that of the statics.
Excuse me, Dr. Jijbi, can you please conclude your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, these are the importance of the Ayurveda, and mainly that is the Ayurveda based on the evidence-based medicine. That of the evidence-based medicine on the Ayurveda primary science base of the not of the database. And these are the evidence in Ayurveda: Pratyaksha, Anuman, Aptodesha, and the Yukti. And these are the different type of research in Ayurveda. That of the also IU60 for the malaria, 7777 oil for the cirrhosis, 56 for epilepsy, and these are the identification of the priority area to the final clinical trial of the drugs, and IU60 for the anti-malaria drugs, and 777 oil for cirrhosis, and these are the Ayurvedic nutraceuticals for Ayush Poshak Pay, and Ayush Pack, and 82 for the diabetic mellitus, and Google in obesity and lipid disorder. These are the also experiment already done. And Ayushman 8 for mental retardation and acute schizophrenia, that is also use of the Tagar. And these are the anti-anxiety effects of Ayurvedic compound drugs. And these are 56 for the anti-leptic drug, Kutagi for the liver disorder. And these are the also study done. And these are the main, that of the Ayush 60 for the malaria, Ayush 80 for the type 2 diabetic mellitus, Balrasayan for general immunity and strengthening of the children, Ayush Gutki, that of the cold and the cough, 56 for epilepsy, SS granules for the postnatal care, and Ayush AG tablet for antenatal care. And these are the also on the evidence-based medicine, and these are also in the COVID time, different type of the medicine, that of the Ayush ashwagandha powder with warm water, gaduchi ghanvati also used with warm water in COVID time, and also in Chawanprash. And mainly of the conclusion, Ayurveda has to discover its own methodology and approach for the evidence, or should face the critical analysis as per of the conventional approach of the EBM, evidence-based medicine. And the Ayurvedic sector should urgently recognize and address the need of the scientific evidence and systemic documentation, appropriate methodology, and the experimentation in the accordance with the good practice couple with of the epistemologically sensitive approach will remain of the crucial to move toward of the evidence-based medicine, and key factor of the crucial for the Ayurveda to move toward of the evidence-based scientific approach related to the quality of the drugs and practice. And the epistemologically sensitive method is relatively only of the biologically laboratory and clinical research and good agricultural practice with raw material, and good clinical practice is also used for the preparation of the medicine that is provide a good result to the patient. And thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Hello. Good
Yes,
evening,
sir.
sir. One question posted, sir.
Yes,
in
sir.
chat box, sir. One question posted in chat box. Hello.
Hi, yes,
there,
sir.
Dr. Jyoti?
Any questions, sir?
One question posted in chat box, sir.
Chat box.
Yeah. Shall I speak right now?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Is the result of Ayurveda whether reaches the masses at rural areas and urban? Results of the Ayurveda.
And result in Ayurveda in both in globally, not for rural or urban. That is globally acceptable. As
but awareness is very low, sir. Awareness is very low.
Awareness is also much more in this time, in present era, much more result of the Ayurveda as compared to the modern medicine, because that of the side effect of the Ayurvedic medicine is rare, and as compared to the allopathy medicine, the complication as well as side effect of medicine is much more, and the people also attract with of the Ayurvedic medicine, and some of the medicine that is effect only some that of the disease, particularly by the Ayurvedic treatment, not for of the allopathy treatment. So globally, that is also acceptable by the WHO. WHO also accepted the Ayurveda as a traditional medicine.
Agree, sir. Agree, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
More awareness is required.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jyoti. Now, next we have policy Busayo Ozobola. His topic is factors influencing pre-service chemistry teachers' choices to become service teacher in Nigerian secondary school system. So can we have on screen Dr. Folasid?
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Thank you. The title of my presentation is Factor Influencing Pre-Service Chemistry Teachers, Choices to Become Service Teachers in Nigerian Secondary School System. We have a case study of chemistry education student at Federal University or here. Abstract. The teaching is a job for a person whose mind is alert, whose intelligence is superior, and his opinion is pontific. These are the very parameters for dignity and respect. Conversely, a country's level of development and growth depends on the quality of education given to its citizenry by the teachers. And as such, teachers' attitude, willingness, motivation, perception of the teaching profession, and love for the teaching profession go a long way, yes, in achieving the desired national goal.
Not visible.
What?
Have you shared your screen?
I'm trying to share the screen.
No,
I'm trying to...
The screen is not visible.
Let me share the screen now.
Yeah, please.
Let me try to share the screen. Say non-supported document. I wouldn't know. I'm trying to share the screen. It says non-supported document, so I don't know. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, you can continue this way. Okay,
please let me just continue since it's not answering. So background to the study. Education is the key to participating in the highly competitive economy of the 21st century. It fosters scientific and technological advancements, which are modern-day indices for national development, and the teacher is the pillar of educational development. A country's level of development and growth, among other things, is into the quality of education given to its citizens by the teacher. It is important for the educational sector to have willful and talented teachers who will help to promote educational system, which is almost at the dead point, especially in Nigeria. In spite of the good work of teachers in society, there is still a wide misconception towards teaching profession. The public look down on teachers and his profession. The word teacher and its related term to the public signify abject poverty, inferiority, and social misfit, particularly in Nigeria. This research study is adequately aimed at studying and finding out the major contributing factors influencing the choices of a service chemistry teacher to become Nigerian secondary school in-service teacher. So let me move to the objectives. To determine the contributing factors influencing the choices of chemistry teacher education to become specific teachers in Nigeria. So specifically, we have to study the contributing factors and identify the positive and negative factors. To assess the extent to which these factors affect chemistry teachers, to be chemistry education students to become Nigerian teachers. Research questions. The first one, the poor salary system, low wages, and gender affect chemistry education students' choices to become Nigerian secondary school in-service teachers. To what extent do the status of Nigerian teaching profession and student interest in teaching affect the choices of chemistry education student choices to become Nigerian secondary school in-service chemistry teachers? Do chemistry education students shun away from becoming in-service chemistry teachers in Nigerian school system due to the difficult and abstract nature of the subject? Now, I move to methodology. The research was descriptive in nature. It was measuring the current beliefs and perception of the students regarding the factors that may be affecting their choices of profession. The researcher made use of quantitative approach to describe the beliefs and perception of the students regarding the influence of factors aforementioned may have on their choice of teaching as a career. The population of the study comprised of all the students studying chemistry education as a course of study at Federal University or Ekiti. The totality of this is 224 students. The sample considered of 300 and 400 level chemistry education students, purposely selected from Science Education Department, Federal University or Ekiti. And the totality of this is 100 students. The sample was coined from the total population because they set of students who soon graduate and have the immediate need to choose to become service teacher or otherwise. I move to the findings now. Sorry, coming. It is evident from the study that factors influencing pre-service chemistry teachers choices to become service teachers in Nigerian secondary school system are numerous. And notable of these factors are poor remuneration of teachers in this country. We also believe that the teaching profession for the female is for the female gender, as more female teachers are employed than their male counterparts. The pre-service chemistry teachers may opt not to become in-service chemistry teachers in Nigerian school because of discouraging living wage. Another factor that may hinder pre-service chemistry is the level of professionalism in the teaching profession. which also influences their choices of becoming secondary school teacher. Either way, the poor result of the Nigerian teaching profession does not encourage pre-service chemistry teachers to become a teacher. And being a chemistry teacher has not really been a dream of many pre-service chemistry teachers, as most of them find their way to study chemistry education as a result of not meeting up with the required joint admission and matriculation board grade for their dream course. Even though most of these pre-service chemistry like their chemistry teachers in secondary school and would love to become like him or her, but they would not like to become chemistry because their parents are teachers. Let me conclude. Based on the find of this study, the following conclusions were drawn. Teachers are poorly remunerated in Nigeria, and this is hindering majority of pre-service teachers from joining the League of Professional Teachers. Pre-service chemistry teachers would prefer to opt for a job with good welfare packages for staff than to become chemistry teachers. Teaching profession is seen as a profession for female gender, as more female science teachers were recruited more than their male counterparts. Also, female chemistry teachers seems to be highly intelligent than their male counterparts. Teaching is a profession, but the poor status of teaching in Nigeria does not encourage pre-service chemistry teachers to choose teaching of chemistry at the secondary school level. And chemistry teaching requires special intellectual talents and too much effort to be understood. The following recommendations were made based on the findings of this study. Government should prioritize teachers' welfare by giving them a pay equivalent to what their counterparts earn in other advanced countries. Also, there should be a special allowance for science teachers to put their morale on the job. There's also need to sensitize chemistry service teachers on the importance and contribution of chemistry to national development. Additionally, professionalism of teaching profession should be taken seriously. Finally, government and curriculum planners should review the curriculum, especially in the sciences, and introduce more practical activities to make the subject more interesting and fun. And there will be more time added to the course on the school timetable for effective teaching and learning. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Polisit. Any questions, please? Okay, perhaps there are no questions. Thank you, Dr. Polisit. Now, can we have Mrs. Oziama J.O.K. Kalu? Her presentation topic is Understanding Dyslexia Through the Phonological Deficit Theory Perspective. Mrs. Oziama, please. Mrs. Oziama, you're not audible.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, so can you hear me now? Okay, so like I said, I'm looking at understanding dyslexia through the perspective of phonological awareness deficit theory. Sorry, I omitted awareness. There is a mistake. So the background here is that we teachers, we always meet students that have difficulties with learning. You know, you teach students, and by the end of the day, you know, some students, it will be as if you are wasting your time. You know, the child cannot read, even if maybe his mates are already comfortable with reading and writing, but this child problem, you know, we're reading and getting some frustrated. The child may become frustrated. The parents are out of school, or the teachers, you know, may punish the child incessantly, and even despite the punishment, there is no improvement. So, of course, there are so many factors that may lead to this problem, but in this case, I'm going to look into dyslexia. What is dyslexia? The causes of dyslexia, you know, the symptoms, and if there are solutions to that. And for this study, we are going to take dyslexia through the perspective of phonological awareness deficit theory. So the first thing here is, what is dyslexia? Dyslexia, from their understanding, is that is a neurobiological effect, which the symptom, which part of the symptom, or rather how it is noticed, is that the child is having problem with connecting, sounds to letters. The letters of the alphabet, he may look at the letters of the alphabet and be unable to pronounce it, not because he doesn't want to read, but because his brain, the left hemisphere of the brain is structured in a particular way that does not allow his memory to store the sounds he has learned and be able to connect the sound to the letters, so that by the time he looks like at a word that maybe he spells man, M-A-N, he's unable to pronounce it, not because he doesn't want to, but just because the brain is not connecting. There are some things that, I'm a linguist, so I don't really have access to the neurological aspect of it. But from what the neurologists are saying, there is a missing link because of how the brain is formed. It's biological, and in some cases, it can be genetic, or it can be caused as a result of an accident or injuries to the head. And then there are some authors like Lama that say that it's just a learning difficulty without looking at the underlying cause. And then Yan looks at it as a health condition. Yan is a medical officer and is looking at it as a health condition. Not a learning difficulty, but something that it has to do with the medical aspect, but then it only manifests through the learning process, because that is where most of the times we interact with children. And then here we are looking at the causes and symptoms of dyslexia, and you can see it's a biological disorder. The person was formed, and from the time of formation, the brain, there is a way it was formed. The structural, the physical component of the brain was structured in a way that something is missing. And then the symptoms there, you can see listed there, which includes difficulty with reading, okay, spelling challenges. No matter what even if you give them 2-3 letter words, they find it difficult to spell. And then some have problems with learning new languages. Please note that these people are not unintelligent. They are very, very intelligent. The only thing is that when it comes to reading, which is a secondary language skill, they find it difficult to do because they cannot connect the sounds to the alphabet or letters that represent those sounds. And then we have low attention span. This is not in all the dyslexics, but we find it in some. And then lack of organizational skills, especially with writing essays, poor writing skills. They cannot write letters, and they find it difficult to write essays. And then problem with storing newly learned words. This is one of the most frustrating aspects of it, especially when you are giving the child a special training or coaching. You teach him maybe 5 words, and tomorrow or next tomorrow, you want him to repeat those words or work with those words, and he cannot even remember them, or he may not be able to pronounce them, even though he learned it the previous day. And then we have the issue of self-consciousness and so many other symptoms, which is in the article that I submitted. And then the treatment of dyslexia, which I want us to know now that dyslexia cannot be treated, it cannot be cured. But the only thing here is that, based on the educational aspect, which is where that structural disorder is noticed, trained on how to handle dyslexics, may take it easy, coach the child to develop strategies on how to read. Okay, it doesn't mean that the child cannot learn on his own, from what I understand. But teachers that are already into can help that child, discover some strategies to spell, and then the phonological yes. Okay, so the phonological deficit, phonological awareness theory, just looking at yes, the child's brain is biologically not well structured, but then because of that structuring of the brain, the child cannot cannot connect the sounds of presenting that sound. That is what the theory is saying. And then in conclusion here, we are looking at all of us knowing that dyslexia is a language-related learning disorder, which is found in children especially, and equally in adults, because of the formation of their brain. And please, if you meet such a child, you cannot correct the problem through punishment. Instead, if you're a curriculum developer, if you're a textbook writer, if no matter how you work in the field of education, all you have to do is discover a way to help those people that are facing those challenges to be able to learn how to read and spell correctly. And I think that is it for now. Thanks for listening. All right.
Any questions? Thank you, Mrs. Ozioma. Nice information. Now we have Dr. Parvesh Lata.
I have a question, please. I have a question.
Yeah, please proceed.
Okay, dealing with dyslexic students, how do you help in a situation when you are approached by a parent that a girl is supposed to be in Nigeria here, we call it GS3, was admitted by to GS3. But by the time you realize that there's this symptom of dyslexia in that child, you advise for medical reports, and that was done. And then looking at it, you also conduct a physical test. You gave the child a question to write. Writing was very difficult. Very, very. And when you pronounce a word, she cannot write, and she cannot, looking at even the letter textbook, she cannot write. But then she's fairly good in mathematics. And then parents looking at Nigeria mentality, they are looking at the age. But you felt that this person cannot be admitted, even secondary school, not to talk of a terminal class. You are looking at admitting the child, sending the child to primary school, so that she can be well assisted. Now, the parents have different opinion, thinking of age and some other things. In that situation, as teacher, how do we help? Because there's need to take a stand. And the best for the child, in our own perspective, is that the child will go to primary school or probably GS1. But the parents are looking at the age, that is very, she's going to be a big girl among small ones. How do you help in that situation, please? That's my question. Ogunleye is my name from Nigeria.
The truth here is that even if you send that child back to nursery 1, unless that child is specially coached, she will still not pick up. Remember, that child is very intelligent. The only problem there is that she does not have that thing that naturally help her to connect sounds to letters. So if you meet somebody like that, you have to let the parents know that that child needs extra help. You remember, she is intelligent. What you are teaching, the ones you say she knows it, but the truth is that she cannot read it. If she reads, she will not be able to derive meaning from what she read. So the child needs to, if the parents wants the child to remain in GS3, the parents need to do an intensive, bring someone that will intensively help coach her to, learn the basics. And the person will have to evaluate the child, find out where, the most she learns, she knows about the letters or the sound, maybe she can write 2-letter words, or she has knowledge of the normal words she meets every day. Maybe she has come across several. So the other one that she doesn't know, the parents need to get someone. Your classroom, the one you are doing in classroom alone may not be able to help that child. So there is need for extra coaching. So if they want her to remain in JS3, which is an exam class, then they have to, at least. But the truth there is that no matter how they do it, she will not be able to cope if she's really that bad. If not, I would have suggested the child should go back to JS2, because JS3 is an exam class. By the time she's done with JS2, finish the coaching, and she's coming into JS3, at least she will start spelling in a way that whoever that is marking her scripts will understand what she wrote. But what I'm trying to say here is that sending her back to primary school will not solve our problem, because she still will not pick, she still will not be able to read if she does not get help. So what those people need is help. That's the truth. If the parents cannot do it, they have to pay someone to do it. If they need the teacher to do it, they have to, the teacher needs to bring out extra time to coach that child separately. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Preeti, may I proceed?
Yes, sorry for the interruptions. Can we have Dr. Pravesh Lata, please
Yes,
proceed?
ma'am. Yes. I have shared the screen. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, your screen is visible. You can proceed.
Good evening, everyone. And first of all, happy World Teachers Day to everyone. In one of the presentation, Dr. Parvesh Lata, Associate Professor and Head Department of Education, Goenka University, wishes all of you. In one of the presentation, our guest that has said that a good education can change anyone and a good teacher can change everything. So I and Miss Ria is also here. Miss Ria, are you there? So both of we are presenting this paper, Embracing the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Education 4.0, Trends and Future Perspectives. So basically through this paper, by examining both the opportunities and barriers, this paper provides insight into how education system can adapt to prepare students for the future workforce in an increasingly interconnected and technological driven world. So this paper will cover the introduction, then the objectives, and then the trends. What are the various trends? Then what are the challenges and barriers, and what is the future perspectives of education? Then we will go towards the conclusion. So first is the introduction part. So as all of us know that world is currently undergoing a profound transformation. I think my screen, just a minute. Yes. So world is currently undergoing a profound transformation due to this fourth industrial revolution, that is 4IR. So this is the technological era. So what is the definition of this 4IR? A profound transformation reshaping how we live and how we work, characterized by the fusion of physical, digital and biological technology. This is the definition which is given by SCAB in 2017. So basically this is the fusion of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, robotics and biotechnology. So it is reshaping the industry, societies, and also increasing the interactions. So so there are various emerging technologies that such as like artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things like blockchain, robotics, biotechnologies, and conversing. They're creating new system and capabilities that are disrupting this traditional industries and economies. And this has been cited in the World Economic Forum 2020 and also by the JISC in 2018. So what about the scope and speed and complexity of this 4IR? That is unparalleled, because there is unprecedented speed and complexity in the technological advancements, and there are new opportunity and challenges for the society worldwide. So basically there is an impact on education, because nowadays traditional models no longer sufficient, and there is a shift to education 4.0 which is aligned with the 4IR demands. So basically the key features of education 4.0 is the focus on the 21st century skills, which are problem solving, creativity, adaptability and the digital fluency and personalized learning, AI and PR and data analytics, and innovation in teaching and global collaborations. So objective of this paper is to explore the trends that driving the evolution of education 4.0 and the challenges that must be addressed to fully realize its potential, and the future perspectives for the education in 4IR era. To provide insight into how education system worldwide can adapt to prepare learners for an increasingly interconnecting, digitally and rapidly evolving world. So when we talk about the trends, so these are the trends which I have shown in this slide. The first trend is that is the personalized and adaptive learning. So basically, this trend is about the artificial intelligence and the machine algorithm. There are various technology like for the mathematics education. There is a dream box for the course designing. There is a smart sparrow, which are exemplifying the responsive and student-centered education. Next trend is like AI powered assessment. Nowadays we are using AI powered applications, and we are doing assessment. There are like brisk teaching is there, where you can create Google form, everything you can do, and feedback is this is basically simplifying the work of the teacher. So real time feedback you can give through the artificial intelligence, gamification and immersive learning, that is the augmented reality and virtual. NCRT doing great job in this. Collaborative learning through digital platform like Google Classroom, Microsoft Team and Moodle. These are the platforms which are collaborative learning, which are helping in this collaborative learning. And there is a focus on soft skill like critical thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence, problem solving, and there is an integration of project based learning and experiential learning now into the curricula. Even our NEP 2020 is having the focus on this. Next is the micro learning and modular education, which is quick and independent. Basically micro learning is the breakdown of the educational content into the small and manageable units that can be consumed quickly and independently. So it is flexible and on-demand learning. It offers modules which are cater to the career goals and recognize certification for completing specific module on skills and adaptable to the busy schedules. Next is so these are the this slide is basically I have made for the NEP education, NEP 2020 education 4.0 for a future ready India. So our national education policy is well aligned with the objective of the education 4.0, which seeks to prepare learner for the challenging and opportunity brought by this 4IR. So it had the emphasis on the flexible and multidisciplinary approach to education. There are various technological, because I also belonging to the digital technology field. So there are various personalized learning through the platform like Swam and Diksha is there. Additional initiatives there, e-Pathshala, National Digital Library, NROER. Vidyadhan is another initiative which allows the educators to contribute to the resources. It also have the focus on critical thinking, creativity, and AI-driven world. So by adopting this education 4.0 framework, NEP 2020 envisions an education system that is future ready and inclusive and capable of nurturing the talent needed for India to thrive into the digital economy. So but there are challenges. One of the challenges is the digital divide and access to the technology. Another challenges and barrier is the teacher training and capacity building. And third one is the data privacy and ethical concern. However, our government are taking initiative for this, like capacity building programs that are done by the NCRT, and there are various platforms I have already told you. So when we talk about the first part, the basic major barrier digital divide, that there is uneven access, there is limited connectivity. In the rural areas, we are restricted, there is a restricted access to internet, missed opportunities, infrastructure gaps are there, inequality widening is there. So government institutions and technological company must invest in the digital infrastructure. Affordable technology should be low cost tablet. Our government is also doing. So these are the challenges which are still existing. Inclusive policy, which is also going to be implemented by the as per NEP 2020. So another barrier which was talking about that technological challenges that educator face difficulty. So there is a need of technological driven teachers also. They need training. So shift to learner centered model, they require teachers to adopt new approach technological skill. There is a digital literacy gap. Reimagine training programs, continuous professional development there should be there. Focus on technical skills and hands-on experiences should be there. There are various workshops that is going to be by NCRT and other platforms. Ongoing support, mentorship and resources are vital for keeping teachers updated. So the third part which we were talking about this ethical concern, that is I was just data privacy and ethical concern. So data-driven education, AI-driven platforms, and big data analytics, they collect data to enhance learning. Ethical concern are there: privacy, security, data ownership. So these all are there are risk of data misuse, lack of awareness is also there, biasness in the AI algorithm, and comprehensive data privacy policies. So when we talk about future perspective education 4.0, so this is three future perspectives that I have shown. One is the lifelong learning ecosystem and global collaboration and OER and human AI synergy in education. So first, when we talk about lifelong ecosystem, so lifelong ecosystem is the central to the education 4.0, which is driven by automation, AI, and technological advancements. There is a continuous learning beyond the formal schooling. There are digital platforms which are self-paced, flexible learning for all the ages. There are a variety of learning options, like I have already told you, micro-credential, full degrees, and continuous update on those skills. Collaboration is required on the all levels, like at the government levels, at the industry level, and the educational institutions. Government, basically, they need to implement the policies. There are various policies, but there is need of implementation. Industry, they should provide the opportunity for employees to adapt to the new technology. Educational institution, they should offer the courses and certification aligned with the job market demands. So these are the so when we talk about the second part, that is OER and global collaboration. So the key to democratizing education in education 4.0. So OER, they are freely accessible. We should close the educational gap through the we are closing this education gap through OER. There are cross-border partnership through the OER development. They are pooling resources and expertise. There are various freely available OER resources. Standardization of education technology and MOOCs and OER. MOOCs is also SWAM platform. They're one of the great example for this. Then the next is the future which we were talking about, that AI augmented teaching. The first part is human AI synergy in education. So AI complements rather than replaces. AI is not replacing the teachers. So teachers say that I want to say AI, which the teachers who are using AI, they will replace the teachers. AI is not replacing the teachers. So teachers who are using AI, they will surely replace the teachers. So nowadays there is a strict demand that the teacher should be technologically competent, because this is a technological era. So automation of routine tasks. Now AI handles grading, performance analysis. There are various platforms you can create assessment, and everything you can be done in minutes. Focus on human aspects. Teacher concentrate on personalized instruction and support and mentorship, personalized learning. AI analyze student data to tailor instruction and provide support. Early identification of learning gaps can be done. Enhanced learning experiences. It combines AI efficiency with the human empathy, and a dynamic learning environment is created, because human AI synergy leads to adaptive and personalized education system. So when we talk about this, because this is a very time limit is there. So in all over the conclusion, when I talk about that education 4.0, so NEP 2020 is aligning with education 4.0 for a future ready. I have already told you. So education 4.0, that is revolutionizing this education to meet the demands of the digital economy. No doubt there are challenges, because every time we need to we should have to do the SWOT analysis. Now we should know the strength and weakness and opportunity and challenges. Surely there is a digital divide, but still there is a focus of our government that is doing through various, like NCERT is there and other platforms are there, Diksha, Swam, Nista. They are doing teachers training, but still at the educational institutional level also we should do. Data privacy was another issue which is a great concern. So their innovation in education that can ensure every learner thrives in a rapidly changing world. So future focus is basically on global collaboration. Today we are sitting here and collaborating and exchanging our ideas. So global collaboration, learning ecosystem, and human educator synergy, that is a future focus. And these are the key trends that, like personalized learning, AI driven assessment, and soft skill integrations. So all over the point is that we need to be technologically competent. So this fourth industrial revolution has initiated a fundamental shift in one way education is delivered and experienced, and paving the way for education 4.0. So we, by embracing these trends which I have mentioned right now, we like all these personalized learning and AI driven assessment and soft skill for the demands of digital technology. So no doubt there are significant challenges. So by harnessing the power of this emerging technology and fostering innovation in education, we can create a future where every learner has the opportunity to thrive in a rapidly changing world. So thank you all. This is from my side for this presentation. Thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. And again, the Happy World Teachers Day, all the teachers, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Pravesh. Now, next we have Ms. V. Yapatu. The title of the presentation is Educational Implications of Naga Indigenous Games. Can we have Ms. V. Yapatu?
Yes, ma'am. Can I, for some reasons, I'm not able to share through laptop. Can I share the screen from the phone?
Yes.
Okay, just give me a minute, please. Yeah, is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so the topic is on educational implications of Naga Indigenous Games. I will be presenting on behalf of my fellow research scholar and research guide. So this picture is just a glimpse to give an idea into the Naga tradition, Naga culture, because Nagas belong to a tribal community residing in Nagaland, that is in northeast of India. We have 17 major tribes and 16 districts. So in each tribes, we have different culture and traditions. And among all the Naga indigenous tradition, we have indigenous games have always been a part of our culture. And in this study, we wanted to focus on the educational implications of the Naga indigenous games that teaches not only the skill that is not only a recreational activity but also teaches the skills, and it has a value when it is incorporated into the education system. So we have done some literature reviews, and based on all the literature reviews, we can conclude that like I said, it is not only a recreational activity or a pastime, but it has an educational value. So the main objective of the study was to explore the educational implication of the Naga indigenous games. So the methodology, it is qualitative in nature, and for this study, we had an interview with around 30 elders who have a sound knowledge of tradition and indigenous games and experiences. And based on their interviews and based on their interaction with them, we have a discussion on the findings, and also we have a secondary sources which we refer to on certain articles and books on indigenous games. So the first game is co-party. This is a popular Naga culture of tradition, wooden wheel race. So each game we have pedagogical importance, but due to the shortage of time, I'll just discuss the games and summarize the educational implication at the end. So this game is popular Naga culture of go-karting. It is a wooden cart with two wheels at the back and one wheel in front, which is crafted for race. The second game is greased bamboo climbing. So here in this game, a tall bamboo is planted on the ground, and the bamboo is greased with fats and oils to make it greasy. And the players or the participants are expected to climb the pole and whoever is the first to reach the pole, usually the reward in the form of a cash and meat is placed at the top of the bamboo so that whoever reaches the first gets the prize. The third game is traditional fire making. This is a Naga way of indigenous way of fire making without using any modern tools. So for this, the material used are dry wood and bamboo, wooden dust, straw, and hay, etc. So for this game, long fiber is repeatedly pulled to and fro between the wooden wood. so that the friction creates enough heat and then we get the fire. The fourth game, cockfight, which is known as Egypta in our indigenous dialect. This indigenous game involves the players holding one of the legs and trying to shoulder one another, trying to push away one another from the playing area. Whoever is the one standing at the end becomes the winner. The fifth game, that is top spinning, we call it aketsu in indigenous dialect. This game requires a top. We call it a top that is made from a hardwood about 3 inches in height, and it is pointed at the end, at the bottom, so that the players can spin it. So whoever's top spins the longest or becomes the winner. Or they can also, the opponents can also try hitting each other's top, and whosoever's top remains or spins the longest wins the game. The sixth game is kick fighting. We call it akikiti in indigenous dialect. This is an indigenous compact sport involving kicking and blocking the kicks using only the soles of the feet. The participants are not allowed to use their hands, it's just the use of feet. So this game demands strength and agility, speed and awesome like hua. The seventh game, it involves, we call it 7 stones, and then it involves stones and a ball. So and this game is played in teams. So the first team will knock the stones, and the other team will try to catch them and then stop the team from building up the blocks again. So whichever team's blocks can build the blocks of the stones wins the game. The eighth game is the throw of bamboo sticks, that is pecheda in the local dialects. It is a method where the player throws a thin bamboo stick against a solid mud platform, and whoever throws the farthest, or whoever can have the longest distance of throwing becomes the winner. The ninth popular game among the Nagas, tug of war. It is a game involving a rope where 2 teams pull the rope to test the strength. So this game fosters a community feeling among the people as the game is played during the festivals. The last game we have here is the popular game among the Nagas again is wrestling. So this is a blended of cultural tradition and sport. This game is played on a circular field. Participants wear a belt around their waist, which is used for takedowns. And so whoever is able to take the other person down becomes the winner. So like I said before, each game has their own pedagogical importance, but due to limited time, I'm just going to summarize all the games. So all these games develops in the players' physical, most of the games involve physical strength. So it develops the physical fitness, agility, it develops the social skills, it develops discipline among the players. Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Vivi, please wind up.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so it develops team spirit and cooperation, and then it develops math skills, problem solving skills, and critical thinking skills, and it develops community feelings as well. So at the end, in conclusion, I want to say that the Nagas considered indigenous games not only as a means to connect with their ancestors, preserve the rich culture, but also learning method so that they learn concepts and ideas through these indigenous games. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vivi. Now next we have Dr. Rashmi. The title of presentation is Adapting to Change, Pedagogical and Technological Demands in 21st Century Classrooms. Dr. Rashmi, please.
My screen is visible? Is my screen visible?
No.
No. Okay. Just let me try it again. Perhaps. Ma'am, now it's visible?
Yeah, you can
Yes,
start.
it's visible now, ma'am?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present my paper. Good evening, everyone, and happy World Teachers Day to you all. So today's my topic of the presentation is adapting to change, pedagogical and technological demands in 21st century classrooms. So for the introduction, I will start from the introduction. Sustainable Development Goal. It is introduced in 2015 and it replaced the Millennium Development Goal, which was given by the UNESCO. SDG 4, it focused on to the providing inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunity for all. And we all know that NEP 2020 also came. So that addressed all the changes and the required things for the modern classroom development. And to connect reform vision with the classroom, we all know that there is a necessity of emphasizing the pedagogical and technological need of this art in the classroom teaching. And the present review article, which is going to analyze the pedagogical and technological demands of 21st century classroom by analyzing different literatures related to this field. And to address this issue, I formulate one question, that is how the pedagogy and technology is fulfilling the demands of 21st century classroom. So when we'll see the pedagogical demands, so shift from the teacher-centered to learner-centered approach we should follow in the classroom. Again, emphasis on the critical thinking, problem solving and collaborative learning, adoption of the experiential learning and constructive models. These demands, if the teachers will follow in the classrooms, obviously this may fulfill the demands of the 21st century classroom. Now when we'll come on to the technological demand, for the integration of digital tools such as smart board, learning management system, and virtual learning environment is needed. Use of artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and virtual reality to create the immersive learning experience. And it is the need for the continuous professional development for the teachers to stay updated with the evolving technology also. UNESCO in 2018 gave the ICT competency framework for the teachers, and that told that the framework, it is identifying the 3 teaching styles: knowledge acquisition, knowledge deepening, and knowledge creations. And we can see that the technology also impacting the students' knowledge, skill, attitude, and emotions. It is also impacting the professional and teacher practices in the B.Ed colleges and all. When we'll come on to the challenges of the technological integration in the 21st century classroom, we will see that lack of infrastructure we are finding in our country, limited training for the technology, digital divide is there. You can see the rural areas, the urban areas, there are so many digital divide, even the male and females, even the family incomes. There are so many reasons for the digital divide. Resistance to change. The older people, mainly the aged people, they don't want to opt the new technology for their integration in the classrooms. When we'll see the successful classroom of the 21st century can be only when the technology and pedagogy will come together. We all know about the technological pedagogical content knowledge model, which is TPAC knowledge. It is talking about the integration of technology and the pedagogical knowledge in the classroom. So obviously this TPAC model, it told about the technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, content knowledge, and same time it is also talking about the merging all that knowledges together. Like as for example, we can say that technological content knowledge, pedagogical content knowledge, and technological pedagogical knowledge, which is TPK. So now when we'll come on to the conclusion, the 21st century classroom is defined by the digital transformation and a shift towards learner-centered pedagogy. NEP 2020 provides a framework to address the pedagogical and technological needs, but requires the strategic implementation for all the guidelines and the policies, whatever given in the NEP 2020. Teachers training, technological infrastructure, and innovative pedagogies are crucial to achieve the SDG 4 goal and to face the challenges which is lies in the at the global level. And when we'll see the Alvin Toffler, what he is telling that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Now, for this, some recommendations are there which we are still facing as a challenges. So the government should invest in the infrastructure. Government should be more focused on the professional development. They should promote the blended mode of learning. They should encourage the collaborative learning, and they should also implement the technology enhanced pedagogical strategies. There were so many other things, but due to time constraint, I just take out all those little things from my paper. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. These are some references.
Thank you, Dr. Rashmi, for the presentation. It was really nice. Next, we have Mr. Hemant Durao Jadhav. The title of the presentation is The Skill Revolution, How NEP is Transforming India's Education System. Mr. Hemant, please.
Yes, ma'am. Is the screen visible?
No, your screen is not visible.
I'm sorry, I'm also not feeling well, but I will try.
Yeah,
is it
it's
visible
visible
now?
now.
Okay. So first of all, happy Teachers Day to all of you. As most of you have covered the skill-based education, even though my topic and my research is also based on skills and values in education. So I have selected this topic, how skill revolution, how NEP is transforming India's education system. So the National Education Policy is a significant policy that seeks to transform India's education system by making it more holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, and responsive to the needs of the 21st century. And one of the NEP's most important component is the emphasis on the skill development and vocational education, which provides students with practical skills and knowledge that will be useful in their future careers. The NEP Skill Education Program covers a wide range of topics, including the technical skills, vocational training, business development, and soft skills and life skills and everything. The goal is to ensure that students not only excel academically, but also have the skills needed to thrive in the ever-changing job market. And NEP 2020 is indeed intended to address these challenges with a strong emphasis on skill development and vocational education. And the policy seeks to integrate skill development into the education system, promote vocational education and training, foster industry partnership and collaboration, and emphasize experimental and the project learning. So I will just introduce in a brief, like historically, India's education system has emphasized academic achievement over theoretical knowledge. However, as the workplace demands change and the need of a long-term economic growth, so does the importance of skill development and vocational education. The NEP 2020 has marked the beginning of a new era in India's education system with a strong. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hemant, can we please come to the objective?
Yes, ma'am. I will brief. So my aim of the study is to examine the policy provisions and initiatives regarding the skill development and vocational education. And mostly, ma'am, my objective is to create an inclusive and equitable education system that provides quality education to all students, regardless of their background or socioeconomic status, and also to enhance the quality of education and improve learning outcomes, to promote research and innovative education. Next, I want to limited the study might not capture the perspective of all stakeholders, and the study is restricted to the specific framework for that 10 year. And I used this paper, like this paper is a qualitative research approach to examine the challenges and opportunities for teachers professional development under the NEP 2020, and this paper analyzed the policy documents, secondary data gathered from a variety of sources, and including the Government of India's website, magazines, journals, and other publications and relevant literature to identify the key challenges and opportunities for professional development under NEP 2020. So the impact of education system, like I highlighted the point, personalized learning, flexible curriculum, student autonomy, inclusive education, teacher support, technology integration, assessment, feedback, student well-being, and also the transformation of India's education system into like move from theoretical to practical learning, more holistic development. So there are some challenges also. Despite of the positive impact of NEP skill development initiative, several challenges must be addressed for effective implementation. One of the major challenges is the lack of infrastructure and resources to support skill-based learning, and many schools and colleges lack the necessary equipment. So I will also brief this, and I will conclude the NEP 2020 has the potential to bring about a skill revolution in India's education system by emphasizing practical learning, employability, and entrepreneurship skills. And the study emphasizes the importance of more comprehensive and inclusive approach to skill development that takes into account the needs of various stakeholders and the regions. Here I conclude. Thank you so much for the patiently listening. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Heyman. Next, we have Mrs. Yane Tumutola. Yane, are you there?
Yes. Good day to everyone. The title of my paper is Biblical Evaluation of Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Holistic Healing and Restoration. The study biblically evaluates cognitive behavioral therapy for holistic healing and restoration of clients, which can be students as well, who are in need of psychological and mental health. And the study explores the concepts and techniques used in cognitive behavioral therapy. The study also examined the consistency and differences of CBT with the biblical understanding of motivation and change. The study employed a descriptive research design and used observation and existing data from books and journals. And it talks about, the study explores the concept of CBT, which is a classification of psychotherapy based on social learning theory. And the therapy itself aims at reducing psychological stress and dysfunction by exploring and addressing how integrating the client's thoughts, feelings, and behavior can contribute to the client's challenge. So the evaluation is now based on how we can view CBT from a biblical perspective to have holistic healing and restoration, because normally many times this CBT does not address all the problems and issues that a client or a student might be passing through. So it talks about how we can look at it from the point of view of the scripture. And fundamental to cognitive model is how cognition, that is the way human beings think about things and the content of this thought, is conceptualized. And we have 3 levels of cognition as outlined by Beck. We have the belief, the schema, we have the dysfunction, assumption, and the negative automatic thoughts. So the core beliefs, that is schema, are meaning-making cognitive structures that influences how people select and synthesize incoming information. So when we talk about CBT now, how is the student viewing his or herself for them to get out of the stress that they have, for them to get out of the issue where they find themselves, and so many other issues like that. So to achieve this goal, cognitive behavioral therapy utilizes the non-specific rudiments of therapeutic relationship. And this therapeutic relationship includes rapport, it includes genuineness from the counselor, and understanding, as well as empathy. So CBT is problem-oriented with a stress on the current issues, and its concentration is about here and now problems and difficulties. The same thing applies to the scripture. When we look at it from the point of view of the scripture, visible or visible? Are we hearing me? Okay. So we talked about viewing it now with the scripture, we have similarities. Many items in the behavioral intervention of CBT also processes what Christians expect to engage in. And where Christians are engaged in putting off sinful actions. So behavioral rehearsal could be used to overcome future temptations. The concept of temptation has a long history in Christianity. And temptation also comes when we come to the issue of academics. The students might be faced with, should I cheat? Should I not cheat? The teacher might be faced with, what can I do to help these students from not cheating or from understanding what it talks about? So these are many things that the paper explores, and the paper concludes that CBT provides opportunity to assess counseling utilization. And at the same time, the Christian also provides opportunity to assess the extent of Christian counseling utilization of DCBT, style behavior management, and dependence of God on God and His word for human heart transformation. And the paper encourages integrating a holistic approach to CBT with Christian spirituality tools. So Christian and pastoral counselors should trust God for holistic healing and restoration for their clients, and they should not put absolute trust in CBT, as CBT has its ups and downs too. Many times it doesn't work, but sometimes, or many of the times too, it works, and works maybe not perfectly, but with the help of the scripture, with the help of God, with the help of the Holy Spirit, it works and it brings holistic healing and restoration to the clients. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Yan. Next, we have Mr. Abdullahi to wrap you. Can we have Mr. Abdullahi? Mr. Abdullahi, please. Perhaps he's not present. So next we have Olusegun Abdullah Adianu. Olusegun.
Yes, Olusegun Adianu is here. I'm here and I'm presenting on assessing the impacts. Yes, I'm here. Can I go on, please? Impact of secularization, review the impact of secularization on religious higher education. A case study of Baptist
share your screen. Your screen is not.
Okay, hold on, please. So, I'm having difficulty sharing the screen. Please permit me to continue like this.
Okay, fine.
So I'll be talking about assessing the influence, reviewing the influence of secularization on religious higher education. A case study of Baptist higher education. The problem that is recognized by this paper is the fact that most of the Western education, higher schools, universities, and co started in the context of religious higher education. In fact, most of the reputable universities in the West were started as religious education centers. However, with time, over time, many of them have become secular. They have become secular to the extent that some have gone totally anti-religious, that they don't even want to hear the mention of religion in their context. This is a challenge that needs to be addressed. While we acknowledge the fact that government and individuals can start secular schools, but schools that started as religious schools should not be taken over to the extent that there is no sign of their religious history and their religious background. The case study of higher institutions started by the Baptists in America was used for this research, and it was discovered that 75% of the schools that were started by the Baptists in the northern part of America, have now become totally secularized. 75% that become totally secularized to the extent that some of them do not permit the mentioning of God even within their walls. However, in the southern part of America, the comparison shows that only 16% of the schools started by Baptists in Southern America have become secularized. So it was interesting to find out that what was responsible for this difference. And it was discovered that the major factor responsible was in the pattern of funding. By the time religious higher schools that were started by religious education, start seeking funding from government, then they start becoming more and more secular and losing their religious heritage. As it is said that he who pays the piper dictates the tune. So in order to ensure sustainability of religious higher education, there must be adequate funding by the funding bodies. The curriculum must be well supervised to ensure that the history is well preserved, and then the highest standards must be maintained. That is, these schools must maintain high standards so that they cannot be looked down on by other secular schools. And then there must be intentional efforts at sustainability. It is important that individuals that are stakeholders be approached so that they can supply the funding that is required for such schools. In conclusion, there is a need for the sustainability of religious higher education so that the history of such schools can be preserved and so that the coming generation will not lose touch with this rich heritage that led to the establishment of such schools. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Olusegun. Next, we have Dr. Plant Mike. We have Dr. Plant Mike.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Olajumoke Omowumi Olanipekun. I think there's a mix-up there. My name is Dr. Olajumoke Olanipekun. Can you hear me, please? Can you see my slide? Please, can you see my slide?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Go on.
So
Yeah.
I'm presenting a paper.
Thank
you. I'm presenting a paper on teacher burnout, psychological strategies for enhancing resilience and career longevity. Introduction. Teacher burnout has emerged as a critical issue worldwide, profoundly affecting educators' mental health, job satisfaction, and career longevity. It is defined as a psychological syndrome resulting from prolonged and intense emotional stress. Burnout is characterized by three core dimensions: emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and a diminished sense of personal accomplishment, according to Maslach, Schoffey, and later 2001. Globally, teacher burnout is a pervasive issue affecting diverse regions. In the United States, a survey by the American Federation of Teachers 2021 found that nearly 60% of teachers experience high level of stress and burnout, driven by excessive administrative burdens and large class sizes. In the United Kingdom, nearly 50% of teachers report high stress levels, influenced by heavy workloads and pressures from standardized testing. Australian teachers also face burnout, with 40% considering leaving the profession within 5 years due to high expectation and insufficient support. Teacher burnout is a widespread issue that adversely affects educators' mental health, job satisfaction, and overall effectiveness in the classroom. Psychological interventions are increasingly recognized as essential tools in combating burnout and promoting teacher well-being. This review
Dr.
explores
Plant,
recent
please be,
studies.
Dr. Plant, please come to the objectives directly. We are running short of the time.
Okay, so there are psychological interventions that have been proven effective in combating teachers' burnout. And among these, we have cognitive behavioral therapy that helps to identify and change negative thoughts and patterns, while mindfulness-based intervention incorporates practices such as mindfulness-based intervention incorporates mindfulness meditation practices such as guided imagery. In conclusion, addressing teacher burnout through psychological interventions is crucial for building resilience and promoting sustainable careers in education. The integration of mindfulness-based practices, cognitive behavioral strategies, and enhanced organization support has proven effective across diverse educational contexts, from Nigeria and broader Africa to international settings. Educational institutions can create environments that support teacher well-being and reduce burnout incidents. Such efforts are essential for ensuring the long-term success and sustainability of the teaching careers. Recommendations. Schools should integrate mindfulness practices into professional development programs. Regular mindfulness sessions or incorporation into daily routine can help educators manage stress, improve emotional regulation, and foster a support school culture, among others. References are done according to APA format 7th edition. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Plant. Next, we have Dr. Helen K. Joy.
Please, my name is Dr. Olajumoke, not Plank, please.
Okay.
My name is Dr. Olajumoke Olanipeku and not Plank Mike. Thank you.
So,
All right, thank you.
My screen is visible. Can I start?
Yeah.
Yeah. A warm day to everyone. And my topic is IoT makers. So basically, I'll just say the gist of my research and then I'll try to come to the point. So this research was conducted for my particular subject called IoT, where I was doing it for, I was taking it for the last time. Hope my slide is moving. Okay, so the agenda was.
Cannot see your screen.
Okay, give me a second, please.
Ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, if it's, you can proceed.
Okay. So this is a finding of my particular class, which I was taking, that is for Internet of Things. So for that, instead of taking in a traditional method, so traditional teaching method, I just try to follow. If you are able to see my slide, you can see than a traditional approach, I tried using interactive approaches. I have put forward into the class the components, and they were doing and learning. It's kind of collaborative learning. I try to incorporate in the class instead of teaching. And this was a new technology. This IoT plus edge impulse was a very new technology. Even now it is not developed, but people were able to do it in simulation. And what I have done was I have done it as a project development, actually project development phase. So where initially they try to incorporate the basic things were taught in the class with traditional plus hands-on method. It's a collaborative teaching method. On the second phase, the thing is they try to find what are the issues that they are facing, or what are the issues outside that they have found in the project thing, like smart agricultural monitoring, health monitoring, all those things, where they have started collecting the data on it. And they use the new technology that they were taught in the class, that is called edge impulse. With that details, they started doing the project. So if you see, this is one of the outcome of my class. You can see the video. over there it's for like crop detection. A student have developed with 2 hours that it is allotted for them. So the total class which I have taken, it was a collaborative learning, and with that they were able to generate project out of that with this new technology. So this is few pictures of my own class where they were doing interactive sessions. They were doing with the simulation and the things. They were having active listening, I mean, active discussion and learning happened in the class. So my conclusion is then going with traditional way of teaching, we should have like our own strategy of teaching our class. We need to find our class enthusiastic and interesting. We need to convert our class into a collaborative learning or active learning. That is what is needed in this new era of AI than teaching in traditional chalk and board method. We have to enhance ourselves and we have to indulge our students into that, and based on each of the subject we need to develop that technology. So I wanted to show it with the research that I have done with my class. So with that note, I want to thank because of the time limitation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Helen. Now we have the great presenters today. Now I would like to hand over the session to our esteemed chair, Dr. Abu Bakar Ibrahim Mohammed. Please, sir.
Thank you once again. Thank you for all the participants for this fruitful presentation. And once again, thank you for ICERT, the host and the co-host, University of Education, Oyo. Thank you so much. And we are looking for more collaboration, and happy Teacher Day to all of us. I hope this presentation will enhance our productivity and global peace and harmony. Thank you so much once again. Thank you, and safe journey to everyone, to our destinations. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I also would like to thank the organizers to give me this opportunity to coordinate the session. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Ms. Harsha.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you all for your valuable participation today. We appreciate your engagement and enthusiasm. However, we regret to inform you that we are running a bit behind schedule, and unfortunately, we won't be able to hold the Q&A session as planned. We encourage you to jot down any questions or comments you may have. Please feel free to send any queries via email, and we will ensure that each one is addressed promptly. Your thoughts are important to us, and we want to make sure you receive the answers you need. Now, before moving to the next session, I request my backend team to kindly get ready with the PPT slides containing list of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Global Educator Awards 2024. I request Ms. Kusum ma'am to help me with this. Kindly share the list of all the awardees. Give me a second, please. Sorry for delay. Yes, so you can move the slide. So the award goes to Professor, the first slide, yes, Professor Olanrewaju A. Oliana, who's a Vice Chancellor, Emmanuel Alayande University of Education, Oyo, Nigeria. Congratulations,
Wow.
sir. Next.
Congratulations, Prof.
Congratulations, sir. Next slide. Dr. Kotra Balayogi, Assistant Professor, Teacher Education Department, Unity College of Teacher Education, Dimarpur, Nagaland. Congratulations, sir. Next slide.
Congratulations.
Dr. Sanju Purohit, who is an associate professor, Department of Environmental Ecological Studies and Sustainability, Kamai University, USA. Congratulations, ma'am. Dr. Aditi Sharma, who is an assistant professor, School of Law, Modi University, Lakshman Nagar, Sikar, Rajasthan. Congratulations, ma'am. Next, Dr. J. Dhanlakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Kamraj College of Engineering and Technology, Virudhunagar. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. Harsha Narangbhai Dangar, who is an Assistant Professor, Commerce and Accountancy Department, Shri V.R. Patel College of Commerce, Mehasna. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. Shikha Tripathi, Associate Professor, Department of Education, AKS University, Satna, MP. Congratulations, ma'am. Now, Dr. Parvesh Lata, who is an Associate Professor and Head, Department of Education, School of Liberal Arts, G.D. Goenka University, Gurugram. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I am deeply humbled and honored to receive this award. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, ma'am. H. Rama Subba Reddy, who is an Assistant Professor in Zoology, SPP, Government Degree College, Koila Kuntala, Andhra Pradesh. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Next, Mr. Hemant Deodrao Yadav. Jadhav.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the award.
Thank you so much, sir. Many congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
Assistant Professor English, Sir Prashambhara Bhau, Empowered Autonomous College, Pune. Next, Miss Sabita S., who is an Assistant Professor, SNMV College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Congratulations, ma'am. Dr. G. Gabriel Prabhu, who is the head of the department, SNMV College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Congratulations, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. And my humble and greatest apology if I have pronounced any name of your association or your organization or your name incorrectly, because I accent. And now, can you please mute all? Yes. So this is the time when I want to present vote of thanks. So on the behalf of the organizing committee members, it's my privilege to extend the vote of thanks at the conclusion of this remarkable webinar. We have witnessed abundant knowledge,
tó bá di ìṣẹ́jú méjì sí báyìí la máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀sùn yẹn á bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Abundant knowledge, insights, and discussion that have undoubtedly enriched our understanding of the subject matter. First and foremost, I express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed guest speakers who graced us with their presence and enriched the webinar with their valuable expertise and thought-provoking presentations. Your passion, research, and commitment have enlightened us and provided a solid foundation for further exploration and growth in our respective fields. I want to thank our organizing secretary, Dr. Sandeep Kumar, for your constant support and guidance and for allowing me to moderate the session. Also to the volunteers and organizing staff for their meticulous planning, coordination, and dedication throughout the seminar. A special thanks to all the participants who actively engage in the webinar by asking thought-provoking questions and sharing your insights. Your enthusiasm and active participation may have made this seminar truly dynamic and memorable. I extend my appreciation to the technical team who worked tirelessly behind the scene to ensure the smooth execution of this webinar. Your support is managing in virtual platform, audiovisual setup, and troubleshooting technical issues have been invaluable. Last but not the least, I would like to thank my deepest gratitude to our esteemed Chief Patron, uh, Dr. Chokovo Jose, who your unwavering support, vision, and generosity have brought this event to fruition. You extended your invaluable guidance and resource from the beginning to the ensure its success. Sir, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Yes, sir. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you. So we are coming to the end of this very interesting seminar, international event, empowering educators, strengthening resilience, building sustainability. We have listened to a large number of we have listened to a large number of papers being presented from different parts of the world, having different perspectives. So I'm extremely happy that we could we could see so many views, diverse views, with so many so much perspectives and vision. As we said in the beginning, empowering educators requires requires multi dimensions like technology, research, and training. So by equipping educators with the resources and tools they need to succeed, we ensure that they continue to contribute to the cause of education. So as we celebrate this International Teachers' Day, let us recommit ourselves to strengthen the resilience and building of sustainability within our academic institutions. Together, we can create an environment that supports both educators and students, and one that fosters intellectual curiosity, innovation, and a sustainable future. Thank you for your dedication, your vision, and your resilience as educators. You are the backbone of education, and it's through your empowerment that we can build a stronger and more sustainable world. So I once again thank each one of you for your support, right from the paper presenters to all those who all those who contributed the papers and those who supported us in various forms. I thank all of them and wish you a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, all of you, for your patience. We will share the YouTube link. Those whosoever missed the awards award slide, and we are really sorry because we were already behind the schedule, so we had to rush. We'll provide you the YouTube link, and then you can see your sessions and the whole recording. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day. Good evening, all.
Thank you, Ms. Sharma, for anchoring the program very well.
How are you, ma'am? I messaged you.
Good. Dr. Sandy.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you,
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
God bless
Very
you, man.
interesting, very interesting.
Have a wonderful
It was a
evening.
laudable
Thank you.
program.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Wonderful one.
God bless you. Bye.